Okay.
We're in a
So,
shuttle.
last we left off, of course, you guys had been had gotten the ship airborne. You had an alien encounter and had some time shifting madness. And having discovered that it's possibly a fault in your engines, you decided, hey, perhaps maybe we should be trying to fix that. And it was theorized by a science officer who knows way too damn much that you need to that the parts in your engine have something to do with the alien vessels that you've just had first contact with.
I'll be right back.
In that event, you guys then decided that the nearest sources of more alien tech would either be the capital ship that had been nearby, which is now 10 light years out, and is in distress call, not moving, not responding to hails. And there was also the ice planet you had initially crashed on that has an alien, the same alien, although much, much older, beneath the surface of the planet. Have decided to go impulse to the other planet and to procure a shuttle to do so. I believe the away team intention was Allen, Jolson, Washburn, and Genix. Jarek, sorry?
And Garrix, yeah.
Garrix, there we go.
Garrix.
And a random security red shirt. Well, no, never mind, Alan. So, never mind. No, we're
I
good.
said we had a specific red shirt picked out.
This
grave is going to be marked.
I believe it was Owen was the person we were taking with us, but I could be wrong.
Alan is the tactical officer, so...
It's the one that you control, so that way you have something to do on the planet. You are the doc.
Well, the doc can take it. As the captain, I seem to hog up a lot of screen time, so it's fine.
Yeah, we noticed.
Well, if my crew wasn't trying to mutiny every week.
We have not mutinied yet. There's never been a mutiny in Starfleet, except for that one time that everyone conveniently forgot by TOS.
I said trying to mutiny, but thank you for the clarification.
It was a mild insubordination and a breach of protocol, not a mutiny.
But yeah, so that was what was going on, where Selena, the doctor, and the captain were staying on the ship.
And bring along any of the supporting characters. Whoa.
We should actually bring a medical one along.
Farrell's is going with them. Or, yeah.
I mean, we're not
security and a medic.
We're not anticipating in injuries, but a medic in general. A field medic.
Yeah. So you're going to take Ensign Farrell's.
All right.
Yeah.
And we got all of our gear together. Standard engineering kits. It's gravity sled. Transport art enhancers in case it's too big for us to pick up.
A phaser rifle.
Yeah. Phaser rifles.
We did say, he could take one.
Yeah. Security personnel is taking phaser rifles. Oh, everyone else is taking Type 2s.
Yeah, why not? We'll give Farrell's a phaser rifle.
Question. The doctors stay on the ship, right?
Yes.
And so did we grab extra med kits?
The field medic would have one. A field medic's kit.
Okay, and I'll grab extra too, because
we're not taking any life signs down on the planet, are we? Or
well,
no, but somebody could flash themselves on the ice or just anything.
Well,
no, because we actually were in combat on the planet. Like, a bunch of people with like shields and guns nearly ran down a bunch of our people.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's that, but we're not like anticipating like wounded aliens. Aliens down there.
Garrix would probably end up telling you that, with the cave, he actually ended up with an injured crewman because she cut herself on the sharp ice.
Okay. I'm just kind of curious why all the extra medical gear are.
Well, the other side of it is Wash got hit with that chronoton thing on the planet. So if that happens again, just
there is that,
extra
and
supplies is always
chronoton. We are dealing with chronoton wibbly wobbly, so.
Yeah.
And if we can take all the things, we could take a plasma torch to help cut things if we need to cut things. Because that could be a thing.
A good idea.
Yeah, because it might not be easily beamable or removable. Might not be modular.
I would assume a plasma torch would be part of a engineering kit, but yeah, let's specify it.
Yeah, it's extra.
I don't know.
The question also becomes which shuttle you're taking.
Oh, how much do you have?
I am not familiar with the shuttle type.
Weapons.
Not the little one that looks like a little box of a room. Not the teeny shuttles. No, one of the
no, not the Type 7.
That's the one without weapons.
Yeah, the one with kind of
not a shuttle pod. We need something a little bigger.
In the back room, it has lab stations and a table to eat at. The back.
That's a runabout.
Yeah, runabout.
We don't
Do
have
we have
one.
a runabout?
Oh.
No, the biggest we have is a Type 10.
Okay.
What a type... Because as we're not sure what size of equipment we're bringing in, and we're also taking 5-6 personnel.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, we're going to have to prioritize space.
Yeah, take the bigger shuttle.
Okay. We also need a name for the shuttles.
They do have them.
They seem to have them.
Yeah, if you look at Mark 20 in the character sheets, the shuttles have names.
We're going on the Gaskell.
Wait.
Awesome.
Yeah, this is just like the designation painted across the side. Like, they're already named. They're just...
Gastronomy shuttle? Say that again?
The Gaskell.
Gaskell.
Oh, Gaskell. Okay.
Yeah, we have the Mill and the Disraeli.
This shuttle has freaking quantum torpedoes? What the heck?
It's a advanced shuttle.
It has better weapons than the ship does.
I would say we don't have quantum torpedoes on board.
That we know of.
According to the character sheet, we don't have quantum torpedo launchers.
He may not let us know until we find the parts to put it on.
We might need to scour the ship one day.
Oh yeah, that's definitely on the to-do list. But first, let's get out of immediate danger. Then we'll do a full inventory.
That was
astern.
Yeah, that was understood. Sorry.
I will note that the Type 10 can normally comfortably holds 4, so the 5th guy would basically have no seat. It's meant to be a more compact type shuttle to fit into smaller ships.
Oh, really? Okay.
Wash has a beanbag. Wash has a beanbag, so
you should be take a
you automatically get a seat. You're flying the damn thing.
I'm not talking about for me. No, I said I will bring the beanbag for whoever needs it.
How big is
I'm
the
just
Type 8?
stand and grab a Jesus bar, okay?
How big is the Type 8?
Type 8 can fit the 2 pilots plus up to 12 people.
Then take the Type 8.
And say try
8 people?
Okay.
Well, we're not taking 8 people. We're using it for carrying space.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we don't know what size of component we're bringing up, so definitely Type 8.
So Type 8 is a little bit smaller, but more seats.
No, it's bigger.
Than the 10.
It's bigger.
It's bigger than the 10.
Oh, bigger than the 10.
The,
okay.
the 10 is just
so
more
as the
advanced.
number.
The number.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the number is just like when they came out of production line, not necessarily indicative of the size.
Yeah, the
That's
Type
okay.
10 was something you guys would have seen at the end of the war. It was the one they fit into the Defiant. They experimented with that, the Chaffee.
Okay.
Okay, that one. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we're definitely getting a Type 8.
And then the Type 7 is your normal everyday shuttle.
We pass that one up as we get in the cargo bay and just start loading up the other.
Yeah, it doesn't even occur to Alan that you could take a shuttle without weapons on it.
Just to clarify, does the Type 8 have weapons on it?
Yep.
Yes.
Alan, you are the weapon. You just didn't know.
Launch me
We're
at
just strap
them.
you to the hull and just have you
Mhm.
make pew noises.
As you
See?
punch things.
We're just gonna Chuck Norris you. Strap you to the bow of the ship and just have you Chuck Norris.
I mean, challenge accepted.
That's the other thing. Maybe there's a hidden shuttle bay we haven't found yet that has. So again, like that task list for later. Search the ship for rooms we haven't seen.
Yep.
We'll be a part of that.
Watch, we have like an arrow shuttle. We have quantum torpedoes.
The Delta
Fly
Flyer is
holodeck.
in there.
Oh yeah,
If you
a
find a
ship that's
tardigrade, I'm
half the
leaving.
size of our ship.
If we find a tardigrade room, I'm leaving.
Yeah, that's, seriously, I'm with you on that.
So I imagine the Victoria is in high orbit around the ice planet.
Yes.
And so your intention is to launch from there and go to the surface?
Yep. Because as the description we got of the ship
right
last time, it's made almost entirely made entirely to take out small craft. So
Thank you.
So yeah. We're gonna go for the planet first. 2.
Yeah,
That's 4 threat for me, I believe. I think it's 2 per, or is it 1 per?
No,
It's 2 per
it's
because
2
we
per.
don't have the momentum.
Plus another 2 for the shuttle, because it has weapons.
Yeah.
Well, Type 3s give you our escalation even if you have the opportunity.
No, I'm
yeah.
saying the shuttle also gives you threat because
Hello?
it has weapons on it.
Right, yeah.
I can hear you.
Yeah.
Okay.
And also
is there a threat for the Type 2 phasers too? The rifles?
No, those are the rifles, yes. They get we're paying the opportunity cost and the escalation cost with threat because we don't have any momentum.
Oh, you're not paying the opportunity cost.
Yeah, he said
I
we got
that. The part I was seeing is Type 3 phasers compared to earlier I heard us say Type 2. That's why I'm confused.
Type 2 are the long-handed ones.
Right, the little Type 1s are the little square box. Type 2 is the hand, and then Type 3 is rifle?
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. Understood. So we're actually, a lot of us are bringing Type 2, the hand one, but there's a couple of us that have the rifles.
Yeah, Alan and our security person.
Okay.
Yeah, the 2 security people have rifles.
Cool.
What else is in your shopping list? EVA suits, rifles, medkits.
Plasma torch.
Plasma torch, grab sled.
And
pattern enhancers for if we need to transport something bigger than we can carry.
And
Somebody
I
mentioned
think
that earlier.
I don't. Oh yeah, I think everyone but Alan needs an EVA suit because of how cold the planet is.
Yeah,
and
he's got that mentioned.
Garrix is bringing his engineering kit, maybe an expanded engineering kit.
Wouldn't say no to that.
I think that's almost it.
I think that is it. There's nothing else we can get without giving him a significant amount of threat.
Right, and is there any reason to have one extra EVA suit in case something happens to one? But that would be my only extra thought.
I think there are 2 spare on the shuttle.
Oh, then that takes care of that.
Wrong.
There'd be some spares on the shuttle, yeah. And EVA suits don't even hurt you for opportunity because it's especially for a planet where you need them. It's a hand wave usually.
Well,
but remember to grab them.
He wants to
Exactly.
bring extra ones just in case somebody loses an EVA suit.
It's not a
Or his
bad
punch
idea.
Something to the effect, yeah.
And I was just saying, well, there would be spares on the shuttle to begin with. There's probably 2 or 3.
Yeah, because that's the only other extra thing I can think of. Because, like you said, we got the plasma torch to cut stuff, pattern enhancers to transport stuff, the gravitational pad to carry stuff. We got things to shoot stuff. We got things to eat. So yeah, I think and then med stuff to fix stuff, and the engineering to fix other stuff. So
I think we're well equipped here.
yeah.
So does the shuttle mill.
I guess that would be up to the flight controller to ask permission from the ship.
Yeah. So Wash will
Okay,
hail
back.
to the captain and say, "We're ready to go, Captain.
All right.
Permission to
Godspeed,
disembark."
everybody. You have permission.
And then I will hit the buttons because I imagine I've already opened the cargo bay door, still just the force field, and
Yeah.
then just still fly through, since we don't have to worry about doing the bay compression or anything with the force field. We could just fly through it, and yeah, get going. And then hit the button to close the cargo bay door to make it easier on those still inside later. You know, not born in a barn.
Washburn, you notice that there is a warning on your control panel.
Already? Okay, so I will look at which button or what the warning is, at least, so I could tell everybody what it is.
The screen says that the warp drive, drive is not up.
Great, our warp drive on this shuttle is non-operational also. I will click a couple buttons for diagnostic to see if it's something that's that could be rerouted, or something like that, or if I need to let the engineers that are in the shuttle know that they might have to fix something.
It is unlikely that we would need it, Ensign.
Right?
Still, yeah, let's not focus too much on the shuttle's warp drive. We're more worried about the Victoria's warp drive.
Well, do remember, this is just while I'm driving. Hold on, just remember, this is while I'm driving. I can click the button and see what it is as I'm piloting. It's not as... So,
Okay.
This is the multitask part of it, where I'm just like, I click it and something pops on the screen for everybody. What is it? You know what I mean?
Give me a reason con difficulty 2.
If there's an emergency, I want to know the warp is ready. Sorry, you said reason and which one?
Reason con difficulty 2.
Okay. Reason and con, 2 dice. No reason to give threat or anything. I'm just rolling to get information. And then let's see. Would helm operations, EPS power, or small craft help me?
Small craft would.
Okay, thank you. And then come on, 2 select. Thank you.
Oh wow.
Nice.
Yeah, like I said, just hopefully an info bump, and then get us some momentum to spin for later. So yeah.
So you bank 1 momentum. Who wants to take care of that?
I'm kind of busy at the moment, so someone else can do that.
I can do it. Thank you,
Okay.
Doctor.
The doctor's got it.
The doctor.
Thanks, Doc.
Doctor.
Cool. So, do we find that it's an easy thing to worry, like, or sorry, is it something too big, like everybody else mentioned, just something that we need to worry about later? Or is it something that's just like rerouting a couple of conduits with a couple of button presses? Oh, he's writing to me. Okay, hold on. Or maybe not.
Maybe he is. Maybe not. Maybe he is.
Right. Oh, no, he is. I see
Look
it
at me. Now back at you.
No.
Now back at me.
Right.
Now back at you. Now back at me.
Back
I'm
at me.
holding diamonds.
Pull diamonds out of your butt.
Now look back at you. Now look back at me. I'm on a horse. I love those commercials. Those were my favorite.
Is that Old Spice?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
So-
are not
so-
me because I am
So
me.
is this part of though
Oh.
where I give an inspiring speech in the shuttlecraft?
I mean,
That
you
assumes
are.
we could be inspired.
Alan, you can't
mean,
play. That's not.
I can't be inspired, so you can try, but
And then one last question, GM, before I inform everybody, just in the sense of the role play, is do I know if that is something that can just be blocked by turning on shields?
Shuttle would need to have shields up and be apart from the ship for at least 24 hours for the purge to be.
Oh, okay. So I understand where you're coming from. Then. So I will then, just as I'm piloting, I will mention to everybody. Yeah, I've got a diagnostic on the warp engines. It's not something that we could fix now. It's all the flooding of the chronoton from the Victoria has bled into the shuttles, and it just needs to be away from that for 24 hours before warp engines will come back. So we're just without warp for a while.
We'll just have to make do for the time being then.
Yep.
And continue downward.
Going to spend 2 threat as you notice that there are various storms on the surface of the planet.
Storms.
fly like a leaf on the wind.
Hurricane.
Hurricane.
No. We saw how well that worked last time someone named Wash tried flying through a storm.
Oh, I'm going to pick on him every time he doesn't end up with a tree through his chest. Don't you worry.
Right? And then at that moment, I will pull out the 2 dinosaurs and set them up on the dash.
I think I get 2 threat for that.
See?
For the plastic dinosaurs, 2 threat for plastic dinosaurs.
For foreshadowing.
Seems
See?
legit.
But yes, are you trying to go down to the surface? Like, you notice this as you're starting your descent. Do you continue down to landing?
Well, my question would be are the storms on the locations that we need the parts?
The parts are underground. In theory, you could beam from where you are. Although closer you are, the easier it would be to beam, since you'd have less interference from the planet's natural sensor.
Gotcha. And second question is, do I see any safe place to land, or do I feel it's just better to stay on the ship and beam them all down until they're done?
It would be would flying under the storms help or over? Jolson, that would be to answer both your questions. Actually, flying over is safer for the shuttle because the shuttle doesn't get baffled by the atmosphere, because you're kind of separate and slightly lower than the Victoria is. So you could beam from the shuttle down into the underground surface. The difficulty is fairly high just because you're beaming through so much interference. If you're on the surface or below the cloud cover, there's less interference. The shuttle's in more risk, but the beaming is going to be easier.
Could I modify the structural integrity fields in any way to mitigate the storm?
You certainly could. Hold on.
That would be
Getting a
awesome because
brainwave.
then, right? That would be awesome because then I would fly the ship, if not land it before transporting y'all. Then it's safer.
Yes, the judges come back. That may break the game. Just kidding.
So modifying I would say, engineering daring. Difficulty 2 to mess with the structural integrity field and create an advantage of a stronger bubble.
is there an assist possible on this one?
One person can assist. There's only so much room at the console.
Okay, and would a focus in energy field remodulation apply?
It's like shield modulation.
Well, the way I have it written is energy field remodulation, so I'll let you.
Oh, I thought those two separate things. Sorry. Yeah, that works.
Mr. Allen, would you care to help me modify these structural integrity fields? Might be able to make it through.
There, like he doesn't say anything. He just walks over to you and start helping with calculations and.
Groovy.
As far as landing versus hovering, I'll leave that up to you, Wash. Whichever you think is safer. Because
Oh,
if the
Lord.
shuttle goes down,
That is
we're not
a
going home.
Sweet
Right,
momentum
yeah.
bank.
I get this feeling that Wash has this shit.
And that's how many extra momentum? 3? So we have 4 now?
We might
We
get
still
more
have-
than that.
The shuttle still has to roll.
Ooh.
Do we have shuttle stats?
I don't think we have access for the Mills shuttle stats. You may have to roll it. Altera.
Oh, hold on. I thought I'll put it in. My bad. You should have it right now.
Try it now. The Mills.
The mills.
Yep, it's there.
Okay.
I got it.
The mill,
Cool.
the mill is on fire.
God, I hope not. That would suck
Nope.
for y'all.
Right.
What's the shuttle rolling?
Engine structure.
Engine structure.
Does the shuttle have a focus?
Always.
And not falling
Yes.
apart?
Ships always have a focus in what they're doing.
Oh, really?
Yep.
And here
Oh,
I
you
was
can't-
just trying to be cheeky.
You can't roll engine structure because those are both attributes.
I
Or
think
systems.
it was structure engineering. There's
Structure engineering. My bad.
Okay.
I'm testing you.
Uh-huh.
That was a null
didn't-
discipline.
Yeah, it didn't have. You need to.
Okay,
There
well,
it goes.
Yep.
So that's 3 over.
I think we already have it up, so we're good.
And so, GM,
So we have
if I might get your ear, is it 2 momentum to make an advantage for in the fiction kind of?
Doing the roll was what is the advantage creation. Spending 2 momentum, if I recall correctly, is when you're trying to do it without rolling, and you're trying to do it as part of something you already did. Like, as I'm modulating the shields, GM can spend 2 to get it, or you can roll for it and try to.
Oh, okay. Actually, I was thinking of a different thing. He's got the shield modification shields to fly through. I think my momentum spin was to make the perfect landing spot.
You can
I
spend
get
2
it.
momentum to remember where your base camp is, because you guys would have set up a little
Beacon.
flat area.
Yes, that's actually perfect, and we're familiar with the location. So yes, please.
Okay, that is 2 momentum spent.
And we land there, and then now that we're landed, we could either beam or whatever we need. So, yeah.
Jolson, you say, is that within transporter range or walking to the underground area? To the bunker? With the tech? Right now, the last scan you guys have, that was from a few hours ago, was from, or was it yesterday? Anyway, from a while ago. Last you guys scanned, it was beneath the surface. You guys didn't really figure out a way down other than transporting. It's possible there's an actual gate or some other way down, but that hasn't been discovered yet. Okay, I'm going to have you roll for me, which, if memory serves, would be science reason, assisted by shuttles, sensor
Science.
science. Difficulty, we'll say 2. And Wash, while we're doing that, we can also have you roll a control con difficulty. Given that you only difficulty 2 because you have the shield modulation. Difficulty 1, sorry, because you found a perfect landing spot. Like you already have one.
Ooh, okay. Which means that I don't need to spend any momentum right now. So 2 dice, focus, and small crafts and helm operations and that word still works for this game.
Yep, definitely.
Okay. Yeah.
And assisted by shuttles, con, I believe, engines. Yes.
And also, we need a sensor science roll. Whoever has the shuttle, because I can't pull it up, sad. Oh. Yep, the computer clearly hates you. And then sensors. There we go. Okay.
So you generate one momentum between the two of you. Oh, sorry. 2 momentum. Jolson, you detect that the if you guys recall, there was the actually. So you guys are able to land here, and that's roughly near your base camp. And this is where, remember that, if you guys remember, there was a crashed escape pod that burrowed into the ground. Scanners indicate beyond that, beyond the wreckage, there is there are other entrances you scan, but they're all buried under a lot of ice. This one, the ice has been, a lot of the ice has been burrowed. There is like the debris of a craft there, of course, and people and all that, but it's a lot shorter route to an actual door. As for walking distance, from the nice landing pad, let me find my ruler. Where is it? So about 11 hours on foot, 10 hours on foot, sorry.
That was our dilemma. Like, that's why we ended up splitting the group and going to each, because they were each 10 hours away.
Yeah. Well, and there's one thing that's like I'm with everybody else with the concern of trying to beam down to somewhere where we can't see past through stuff. But the actual idea of actually beaming from here just over to the question mark, that should be relatively easy.
Yeah, especially
that
since
would
we.
be that would be easy. That would save a lot of time off our journey, and also allow us to get in there quicker. We can get scans in there if we need to beam out. We would have an easier time keeping a sensor lock on us.
Yeah.
Also, on the planet, how's our communications with the Victoria? Any interference?
I press the button. Hailing Victoria.
I'm going to have you roll something. My cheat sheets are everywhere.
Ding.
Is that the hailing sound?
Ding,
No.
press are done. Ding, press are
No,
done.
that's Uber Eats. You're letting me know. Oh, that some idiot wants food. Sorry, I'm hot micing.
It's okay. I'll forgive you someday.
Someday. Just gonna generate threat in the meantime. Every annoying sound.
No,
How
you
did
guys.
you know?
Okay, you guys. Everyone with bold makes enough threat. Please just don't give more threat opportunity when you don't have to, because all
Right.
of you have bold.
Hailing the Victoria is going to be a control engineering difficulty 1 because of the interference. Assisted by ship's communications.
Can I assist as
One person can assist, yes.
And if somebody with engineering wants to take the main on this, I mean, don't get me wrong, I have a 14, but I know you guys have higher.
Yeah, I can. If you want some better engineering to do it, I can. What was the role again?
Control engineering.
Oh, that happens to be my best role. I will gladly take that.
Yeah.
And assisted by shuttles, what?
Communications engineering.
Communication engineering.
Oh, there's a momentum there.
2 momentum.
2 momentum there. We're at 6. Yay.
Alright.
Victoria, you get a hailing signal from the shuttle.
answering hail?
Yes, please.
Responding back, it's going to be control engineering difficulty 1. So it's basically the same role, but in same difficulty. You get the difficulty 1 is alerting you the fact that there is some interference.
Who was making the control? Like, Selena's not on the planet. Why was Selena making that role? Sorry.
Assisting. I've been
But
on
you
communications trying to raise the other ship, so I would be picking up communications.
Okay. I was just
Well,
trying to
luckily,
rationalize it.
Jolston's. Well, no, in this situation, Jolston actually assisted in this case, so it was already
Well,
done.
Jolson was,
But yes,
Jolson was running from the ship, but that
That was
we
the
got
ship,
that.
not myself.
yeah.
Alright, yeah, go ahead and make the roll, Selena.
So that's me going back, so it's 2 instead of 1 this time.
It is difficulty 1 still. Task roll 2, yeah.
You know what? I'm going to assist if possible.
I tell everybody on the shuttle, there's a little static, so they're working on it.
Yeah, you're
Ouch.
gonna want to assist.
Oh, or not. Or not.
Oh yeah, you
because-
can't assist
Yeah.
if they don't get a success.
Yeah, if the primary doesn't
Right.
do anything, it doesn't happen.
Yeah, the Victoria is getting a hail, but as you're trying to send a signal back, nothing. You're just, the signal died, and
Yeah, I
And
tell
on the
everybody on the
surface, we-
shuttle.
as far as the shuttle is concerned, you send a hail. Your computer recognizes that the other ship got it, but they don't say anything back.
Damn it. Okay.
Well,
I was gonna roleplay that, GM. See? No, I'm just messing with you.
well,
Rolling
Lieutenant
diagnostic.
Jolson, you're still in command, so how do we proceed from here?
Wash, stay with the shuttle. Everyone else, let's beam towards the crash site. EVA suits on weapons on stun, and let's see what we can find.
And at that
Fine.
moment, Washes sets up one of the data terminals to have all of their life signs and ready to go off if anything. You know, kind of like the whole aliens monitor.
Yep.
Yeah.
If we're in trouble, you yank us. We'll keep in communication with the shuttle. Wash, I want you to keep attempting to hail the Victoria every 15 minutes.
Will do.
Alan looks at the pad to see how many it can transport at one time.
2 at a time.
Okay.
Lieutenant Jolson, I suggest I go first.
You, and who else is on? Who's the security person?
Farrells. Ensign
Yeah.
Farrells.
Yeah, you and Farrell's as we go. First, secure a landing, secure a transporting zone for us, and then we'll beam through with supplies.
I step on the pad and look at Gurix and say, energize.
All right, I will try to beam them over.
And very briefly, we're going to cut to the bridge. Doctor, would you be still on the bridge, or would you head to medbay?
Doctor? Oh. She no longer enjoys the company of the bridge crew.
Apparently not.
Can we blame them?
I mean, no, I guess not.
There
Oh,
are
yeah,
burn
that's
victims in
just
sick bay.
kind of-
That is true.
Very true.
Yeah, I say that's valid. Hello. Uber for Abby, right there. Thank you.
You know,
So, the last thing that Selena, you're at the op station and you're typing away, and you're tapping away, and then you notice that the shuttle hailed you, and you went through the procedure of trying to respond back, and then you got the computer just gave you a nope, not happening. You weren't able to send back.
All
Does
right.
it actually display
Can
the
I
word
start
nope
doing a
for-
diagnostic of the? Can I
Answer
start
is yes.
doing a diagnostic of the comm systems to see if if the communications array is damaged?
No roll. You're able to determine that the communication system of the ship of the Victoria is working.
So what is the problem with the communications that we are not able to respond?
As you're trying to send back, it seemed the interference of the planet's atmosphere. The planet atmosphere has a signal interference effect. Somehow the shuttle was able to calibrate for it. When you tried to send back with your calibration, it didn't go through. So either it's the wrong calibration or they moved.
All right.
It's possible they may not be at the shuttle anymore. There's a lot of things that could have gone wrong, but the first one's the most likely because that makes the most.
Right. So
jump
I'm
to
going
the
to try
left.
to recalibrate and see if I can do it again. Captain?
Yes. I would like to know if they made it there.
This is going to be. Oh, sorry.
I was going to say, yeah, this is a maintenance check, so I get a little bit of advantage. My talent, repair team leader, and I also have a talent, maintenance specialist. So if it's either of those apply.
What do others do? What do those reduce difficulty? Do they give you an extra?
Maintenance specialist reduces maintenance checks to a minimum of 1, and by 1 to a minimum of 1. And repair team leader, I can spend momentum to fix repairs. It's 3 momentum to gain a certain amount of.
In that case, difficulty is going to it stays at 1, and I'm going to spend a couple threat. The complication goes.
Where are we at on momentum?
You're at 6 currently.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead.
Oh no, I was just saying we were full up.
So difficulty 2, I'm spending 1 momentum to gain the extra dice, which I also have a talent that kicks in for that after this roll. Right. Gotcha. And sensors operations work, or physics, or small craft.
None of those apply.
Explosives.
And the ship assists with communications engineering.
Damn it, the challenge dice must not be working. And the ship assists. I don't have that sheet right up. It's like,
Somebody else would roll that. Okay, I got it open. What's the roll for the ship?
Communications engineering.
Comm engineering. There's engineering. Somebody else got it? You got it? Okay. Well, I guess nobody did roll. Okay, so just...
I got it.
Okay, so you have... So you hit your max and you overflowed a bit there. Do you want to spend that? You could spend that for extra information, perhaps. Actually, your ops, you get a free question anyway.
So there's 2.
yeah.
You have 2 questions related to
So
the hailing issue.
All right. Number 1, do we connect with the shuttle at all before I start asking questions?
Yep, you're able to make contact with the shuttle.
Then I don't believe I have any questions other than would I have to keep constantly changing this is my ops question. This isn't the extra momentum thing. Would I have to keep changing the frequency to adjust for the storms, or is it going to stay good?
You're connected currently with the shuttle. If they move to a different part of the planet, you're gonna have to recalibrate again. Just because it's going through different parts of the atmosphere.
And my other question that I'll use the momentum for, the extra 1, is the planet also interfering with our ability to communicate with the other ship, the one that's 10 light years?
Negative.
You will hear a recorded message to the effect of, "This is the shuttle Mills. We have landed on the planet next to previous base camp. We are transporting everyone but myself to the location spot of the shuttle for easier access down without transporting into anything we do not know. And at this time, nothing else to report. Everyone just transported off of the shuttle. It's just me. Inhale." So that'll be recorded kind of because it'll be one of those I'm not sure when you'll have figured out or not figured out kind of thing. You know what I mean? So it's just easier to record it.
All right.
I mean, I wasn't expecting you to just stay on the microphone the entire time.
Oh, well, of course not. I'm just saying, that would just be common for me just to record something. So I was just, wasn't meant to be a bite towards you. Not yet. I'm setting up the
No, I want you to say a unique message every single time.
Right? This is Alpha
and
Blue.
It has to be an iambic pentameter.
Oh, well, shit.
Captain, we have restored communications with the shuttle.
All right. Shuttlecraft Mills, this is the Victoria. Do you read?
Wash, you get signal back.
Hailing frequencies open. We hear you, Captain. Or I hear you. You know what? In fact, I will open comms straight through to the others to see if they're able to hear through me being the middleman.
You can do a control engineering test, difficulty 1. I would increase complication and stuff. However, you have a nice little daisy chain of communication going on.
Absolutely. So I will spend 1 momentum since we have 6 to make it 5, just to make this roll, and most likely get even more. Hopefully. 3.
Communications.
It's for me on the shuttle.
Engineering. For the shuttle he was talking about.
And it's control engineering for the guy at the controls.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, there you go.
Oh, you got it back.
And so I will tell the captain, you could speak with the party now. The away team. Sorry, you can speak with the away team now. I've opened up relay.
Have we actually left yet?
Yes. Well, I thought.
Yeah, I'm about to transfer over now.
Okay.
Yep. Situation report.
We've landed at the old campsite. We decided to land there and secure that location. We are beaming our way southwest of us, because that seems to be the closest entrance to this. We're gonna proceed inside on foot.
All right. Just keep in contact. I want reports every 3 hours.
Sounds good. Away team out.
And she will sit back in her chair, punch on buttons that probably don't do anything because Alan still hasn't done his thing, and say, Selena, if you could keep an eye on the communications channel. If anything goes wrong, even if we have to get down there at impulse, I know the ship is not meant to go orbital or suborbital, but
Yes, Captain.
And she will go to the ready room.
Like if you try to access too much, you might get like a Jurassic Park, like nuh-uh. Like that dude did.
Oh yeah.
Right. And now Wash is playing with his dinosaurs since he's alone. The comms will be open by accident. He's like, and then maybe realize it, or no, maybe like interrupted by the captain, like, hello.
So the away team, I'm going to actually have you guys roll before I forget. A roll for just to see if any complications arose from that.
All right, who's inside out?
Yes.
The shuttle used up 1 power to do the transporter, so that'll affect. Not that you guys are going to warp anytime soon, but it does burn power to do that.
And that's for the
we're going to say that
team, even though we're doing in shifts.
Yeah, I'm not going to make you spend 1 each time.
Okay.
I'm a nice GM.
Yep, a nice GM, one that doesn't have his characters genocide a planet.
Current 66. Yes. Oh.
66 power, max 7. We have more power than Earth space dock. Yes.
Right? I got excited there for a moment. I was like, "Whoa, this shuttle is badass." We all just need to leave the Victoria and get on this shuttle. Right.
So, I'm giving you a hard time, McNeil. Don't mind me.
Same.
That's the difficulty to beam
Okay, I am going to spend a momentum for extra die on that then, and I do have a focus in transporters and replicators, so I'll go ahead and make that roll.
Mm-hmm.
And it's assisted by sensors engineering of the shuttle.
Sensors.
I mean, it doesn't matter because we can't get any more momentum.
It really doesn't, but
Yeah, you can, but it really doesn't change anything.
Let's see. There
Well,
it is. It doesn't change anything, but there's a one.
Yeah, you're able to beam over rather easily to the crash site. And actually, because you guys did so well...
Nope, that's the shuttle.
Because you guys did so well, I said difficulty was 3. Because you got 2 more than you needed, I'll allow you to spend that extra momentum to have a nice stable... If you're able to get back to this spot, you can beam back without issue. You basically have a nice stable area. The computer has it dialed in perfectly.
Nice.
We have a teleportation circle.
Yeah, pretty much. We have a teleportation in circle.
I want to start scanning for any life forms nearby, particularly predators or humanoids.
While he's doing that, I want to be scanning for chronoton radiation, see if I can zero in on that.
And Kyrix gets the tech.
yay! You see, when I have the time to take time to do things properly, I do really well. But I'm just not good at under pressure. It seems like.
Captain, they found a perfect spot to transport over. It is locked into the system now.
And actually,
as long as they return to that, it's no problem.
There's no such thing as sensors reason.
Maybe I'm awake. It is reason science difficulty. And that will extend out to Selena and to Jolson. Same difficulty.
Okay. Can I use my
Sorry,
focus
what?
in quantum mechanics?
For a reminder, since even though I rolled a 1, I get 2 successes because positronic brain.
Stop bragging. No, I'm just kidding. That's awesome.
I just need to remind Altera of that constantly.
Selena, you are... Monitor the probe and start breaking down that list. I'm not sure
I put a list up of the things that I had on my agenda in Victoria chat somewhere.
Oh, it says translate views to documents, probe monitoring the probe, maintaining or getting the weapons back, and then studying the heatsink. Yeah, there you go. Right there at the bottom now.
Obviously, I can't do all of that at once, but that's what I would be doing.
Which one do you want to try? Take a crack at first.
Tell you what, I'll whisper you that.
Sure.
I think we need Garrix's engineering check.
For
to find tech, I guess. I thought that's what that was. Doesn't he have to make reason engineering to find tech?
We're not there yet.
Oh.
Yeah, we're still trying to.
Yeah, I think we're still. Yeah,
we're just on the doorstep. We haven't even found the door yet.
Fair enough.
But yeah, scanning for life forms. Alan and Farrell, I'll do a perimeter check at 10 meters, and then we'll go down the shaft. Work that shaft real good.
The readings are popping up on people's tricorders.
They just work a lot slower in the cold. Getting a lot of loading screens when I'm doing my scans.
Damn Starfleet updates, I swear. These get slower every time.
It's forced obsolescence. They want us to get the latest scanners. I've detected the life forms y'all encountered earlier on the planet. They are 6 hours away.
Y'all? An android with a Texan accent?
Hey! I'm working on it.
By the life forms being encountered,
Sorry.
are they talking about the manta ray things or the
Yes.
whoever? Oh, okay.
The native life. We had a name for them.
Ice something.
Maybe I want my android to be like a little bit of a cowboy or something.
No, I'm saying it's valid. It's just that, imagining Data.
He can't say it.
No, the episode where Data gets like trapped on the holodeck and he's like playing all the Texan.
Oh yeah, I watched that today.
Yeah, he's playing like all the holodeck characters while Alexander and Worf are in a western. You could tell Brent Spiner had fun with that one.
All right. Well, if we have hostile life forms coming in, coming in within 6 hours, I suggest we get moving. I can speak from experiences. Those things give a nasty little shock.
I don't plan on being around when they get here, but they have no reason to come here. But let's not advertise ourselves.
We should start looking for the entrance.
Agreed.
Looks like I'm seeing cross radiation and 15 meters below the surface. If the crash site goes down 5 meters, so we still have 10 meters of ice to get through. That's going to take a while. But I am detecting a metal of unknown origin. That's promising.
All right. Well, I'd best get any idea where we might be able to get start digging.
Yeah, I would say right in front of the right underneath the crash site.
All right. Should we try the plasma torch first, or should we just try to phaser our way in? We got a lot of ice to get through.
Let's get a little closer, do more scans, and before we start blasting things.
Not that we need this, but does this shuttle have tractor in any way? Like if we needed to move that wreckage out of the way?
Let me double check inventory.
By book they don't, but honestly, I'm going to hand wave and say it can. Just don't expect to win any tug of war matches with other ships. Like
Oh,
you
yeah,
can haul
absolutely.
stuff, but
So it has a basic tractor beam, but nothing too fancy.
Okay, good to note.
I would like to do some calculations and estimate how long it would take me to, with phasers, burn through the ice.
give me a security reason, difficulty 2.
Hand phasers?
Hand phasers, yeah.
That's 3 successes.
If you have a free question to ask after I give you an answer, it will take about 2 hours.
I am not liking that timetable, but I'll keep it for now. Let's see if we can find anything else.
Alan, you have one free question if you like, related to what you're doing.
Shuttle phasers?
Well, shit. Sorry, I'm back now.
I mean, that's an option.
I guess, do I estimate the shuttle's phasers could do it faster?
Yeah, one good shot, as long as it would burrow a hole pretty much on impact. Its phasers are bigger than yours.
We could use the shuttle's phasers to increase our timetable. We would lose communication with the Victoria. I suggest we use hand phasers. We would also most likely use the calculations we've already made on transporting from this location, because
Not to mention, and Wash will have to move out of his nice parking spot. Let's keep him there for now.
I don't think another shuttle is going to take it, but yeah, that is true.
Well, more of the
But
fact
yeah, I'm
that
talking about last resort
yeah.
too.
Yeah. We can bring the shuttle over here as a last resort. If push comes to shove, if I hail Wash and tell him to get his ass over here, what would be the ETA on him getting, picking up, and coming to our location in a shuttlecraft?
I say we just work our way slow and steady if we can. Hopefully the incoming life forms won't be too hungry.
Hopefully, but if it's an arms race to get in there, or how long would it take Wash to get him and those very nice shuttle phasers over here?
5 minutes on the top side.
Okay.
Alan turns around and looks at Kirix and sticks out his hand and says, "I will need your phaser."
Very well.
And
He hands
then
it over.
I'll turn to Jolson and say, "I will also require your phaser." There's no sense in draining the batteries of the Type 3 phasers. Those are our primary defense weapons.
Agreed.
I will take their phasers and set them to the highest setting and just start burning away. I might draw a couple of neat patterns.
I'm going to have you roll a control security. Difficulty 2, not to hit per se. That's easy. It's not exactly moving, but you're just controlling the power a bit, so you don't burn out the batteries completely. I just spent 2 threat to make this an issue for you. So if you make it, you're able to burn through it. You still have your Type 2s. If you fail,
Okay.
you'll still get through, but the batteries and the phasers are going to be dead.
Spin momentum for my sculpture.
I will actually spend threat because I have bold security. I'll buy a 3rd dice.
My man.
So that's 2 successes, and I will re-roll my 1. So that's 3 successes.
Okay, Jolson's spending a momentum to get a question answered. The door has been buried for about 50 years, if not 100. So
Okay.
somewhere in that.
based on the ice buildup rate. Also, while Alan's still getting to the door, Eric Derricks, can you make it some stairs to not make a slip and slide down on this ramp?
I mean,
Make the crevasse a little more traversable.
would that be something I'd do with the phasers while I'm cutting, though?
Probably, yeah. I mean, because I don't even have a tool to do
Yeah.
that with right now.
If you spend 2 momentum, I'll let you make stairs.
Yeah, let me show off my ice cutting skills.
Okay.
I'll spend the
He
2
slices,
momentum.
he dices, he can fire starship phasers with ease.
Snow cones, anyway?
Right?
There should be a few snowmen, sculptures, a sculpture of a guitar.
This is very ice outing for us. You know,
So
just some time to chill out.
we're just going to ski on down to the next point. You have indeed cut through the remains of your fellow crewmen's escape pod, callously letting them freeze, and then burn through some of the ice to the door. And you have a nice little stairway there. The door is a mass. It almost looks like a large shuttle door, given its size. Of course, it's like several meters under ice, so that's very impractical. And it seems to be the color. It seems to have the same coloration as the mountains around it. It's sort of this azure blue color to it.
I'll turn around and extend the phasers out back to Garrix and Joel. You may be needing these.
Continue the pun.
Check the power level.
Let's chill. Let's settle down.
What are you talking about? Our GM has no chill.
Little cold there.
Power level on our phasers look like.
Phaser levels are, I mean, they're looking pretty good. I mean, they're half spent, but you have to spend these. People usually have to go to very extended phaser fights before that happens, or full power for extended periods.
Okay,
Alan was able to modulate it pretty extended.
Okay, so if we go into a firefight, I'm not counting shots.
Yeah, no.
Not yet. Okay.
No, with a threat spin, no.
Nice work, Alan. Garrix, what can you make of that door?
Let me take a look. And examine the door, see if there's an opening mechanism.
Give me engineering reason. Difficulty 3.
Can I assist?
You certainly can.
And can I also spend? And I'm also going to spend one of our momentum.
And Flores out. Flores has and Alan, I want you on points. And as soon as that door's open.
Okay, if Alan's going to assist, ignore that complication because of my my parental figure talent.
Does that help you with your complications or just other people?
Based on the way it was worded, I'll double check this, but it says anytime there's teamwork, we ignore the first complication.
Oh, okay.
So I actually generated 3 successes because I have a good brain.
Okay, well that maxes out our momentum again.
Does it?
It doesn't actually state.
Oh yeah, there it goes. Yeah.
Yeah, the brain just says any roll using reason.
Y'all inform the shuttle and scan.
That's to me.
Yeah. Because he was letting me know something earlier when I was gone. So.
Oh, I would have sent a message from the shuttle saying they've made it to the door, Captain. They're just now investigating to go through securely.
Yeah, I was waiting to RP it out until we switched back to the bridge, but.
Oh, okay. I was about to switch back to the bridge here in a bit.
Gotcha.
Thought that was at me. That's why I said something. Sorry. So yes, you examine the door, and you determine that there is a way to open it, but you're going to need to it's going to need a bit of power on your end. It does seem you do. It does seem like there is power on the other side, but you can't. If you want to open it, you need to basically create a not power. You need to create your own interface, and you could do that with a tricorder, but it'd be its own task. Or I'll let you spend 2 momentum, and you're lucky enough to have found a panel on this side.
Could we plasma torch it?
You can certainly try. Yes.
I suggest we do not use the plasma torch. It could set off alarms if there's any power remaining in the facility.
I would be in agreement with that. Why don't we see if we can jigger up a tricorder then?
So going with the tricorder solution?
Yes.
Very well. That will be a daring engineering difficulty. I'll make it 2.
Okay, does my focus in EPS power systems apply?
I'm going to say no.
Darn it. I'm going to spend 1 momentum then, and can I get an assist on this?
I'm going to say no. The work is too delicate and small.
Fair enough. I will just give it a go. And you said difficulty 2?
Yes.
All right.
So you're able to, one of the tricorders, you're able to wire it in and calibrate with the door. Thankfully, you can't understand any language. Like, there is some language being... actually, no, you guys had done this translation already. The language that... Yep. You can... Pardon me. Sorry. So... You're able to get door controls. You're being informed that this is Gamma Alpha Base.
Huh, well, that's very enlightening.
I failed to see how that information is relevant.
Well, the
if
fact
you
that
number
using...
them, there could be, it could indicate that there's more than one.
But I am able to get it open, though, correct?
You do have control over the door, yes.
All right, I open it.
Uh-oh.
We might want to leave the weapons behind, as much as I hate to think of, as much as I hate to go in there and defend it.
Do you have if you have control over the computer, we might be able to disable security systems.
Could be. Let's see if I can if I can change these parameters at all. What can I do? I have any actual access to the security protocols in the system, or no?
No, this console is just letting you know something. It isn't actually this isn't enforcing it in any way. Its only parameters are door control.
Well,
I suggest it is too dangerous to leave the weapons behind.
I'd be inclined to agree with you, except we don't know exactly if there's any kind of automated defenses in there. What do you think, Lieutenant? Indicating Jolson.
Sorry, can you say that again?
I'd say, well, the point I was trying to make is that going into a situation where we don't know if there's any kind of automated defenses, we were given specific protocols, and they specifically requested no weapons. So I'm just basically asking you to make a command call in this situation.
I would.
Let's go. Let's have 2 people go in without weapons. We'll have our security personnel stay just outside at the door, and we'll see if we can determine if there's any automated systems and if we can disable them.
Very well. And he hands his phaser back to Alan.
I will take the phaser and put it on my belt. Lieutenant? And I look at Jolson with my hand out.
Yep, I hand my phaser over.
See, now they willingly give me all the weapons. It took half an episode.
Well, in my case, it came from a deep feeling of guilt, but Jolson's just being Jolson.
I see no way of getting through the situation, and I don't want to bring weapons into a facility that could fight back.
All right, so I guess Jolson and I step through the door, open the door, and step through.
And I want Flores and Alan just right outside the door.
Yep. Flores, it would be advisable for you to watch the rear. I will watch the entrance.
Sure. I don't know. She was too quiet for too long.
So who's who's opening sorry. I was typing something. So someone has opened the door?
Correct.
Yep.
Or not yet?
Derek
Okay, door's been open.
And are
Door-
going through the door. Major Tom to ground on control. I'm stepping through the door.
And
So the ones go.
And Garrick's are unarmed.
Correct.
And so Alan and the extra are
Standing guard.
Yeah. Keep going
Outside.
Flores.
Moment. Changing scene. Drop one momentum, and we're going to be moving back.
Yay.
I mean, I'm here. I think I'm the only one on the.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't know if we were starting or if he was going to talk us into this. Okay. I assume you told me I come out of my ready room and sit at the chair.
Captain, it appears that they have small craft that they are able to launch.
Trajectory?
That's a good question, GM.
Can you use your free ops question for that?
No, I think I would do a sensors roll for that.
Sure, I won't fight you on it. That will be a.
Actually, retcon that. She walks back to the tactical station.
Reason science. Roll assisted by ship sensor science.
Spending the one momentum for the extra die and sensors op. And
just one.
Choo. No idea what that
What's the challenge die for?
Hold on a second. I'll give you the exact name of it.
Is it untapped potential?
Thank you.
Oh, okay.
What was the ship's rolls again? I'll do that for you guys.
Sensor science?
Sensor science, okay.
Yeah.
It's 1 and 1. Oh no.
That's okay. The ships have been rolling poorly all day. All right, we have 4 successes.
You get 4 momentum, since it's just difficulty 0.
That would be 5 momentum.
5
Because
momentum.
he rolled an effect, yeah. Untapped
Okay.
potential.
So I guess we have a lot of questions to ask.
Yep, that's
The
2
first
overflow.
being, how
Oh,
fast
and
are they going and where are they going to?
They're heading toward the Victoria.
Okay. At what?
They are going to be arriving in about 15 minutes.
Captain, incoming 15 minutes.
Right. I guess hail them first. I'm gonna try and get our weapons online, and I also comms down to the doc. Doc, how's sickbay looking? We may have more incoming.
Was I able to make any headway on those documents they sent us?
You can give me a reason con, since con covers bureaucracy and protocol.
Not command.
Not command, no.
How much extra momentum do we have?
We're full.
You're full up on 6.
And didn't we have some extra rollover, or did that expire?
Yeah, we had 2 rollover.
Yeah, can I use that? Can I use the
Oops.
2 rollover plus 1 of the 6 to get 3 die?
Good, Doctor.
Or 4 die, sorry.
I have no problem with that.
And is this a diplomacy roll?
I'll actually give that to you, yeah.
Greed is eternal.
Oh, you're using a value for that too?
No, it's not a value, it's a talent. Gives me 1 extra die on social encounters that are diplomacy or crap, I can't remember the other one. Not interrogation, but negotiation.
Huh. Okay.
I think. I can't look it up at the moment. So that would be 5 altogether. So here we go. Big roll.
Take 2 for the yeah. Get rid of the complication or re-roll it if you can.
His talent, Greed is Internal, only allows him when he's doing a social conflict to re-roll 1 dice by adding 1 point to the threat pool.
Right.
We can do that.
So let's add the point to the threat. And that's 4 successes.
And I still think we need to, because he rolled all those dice, we still need to subtract 2 more momentum. Because he spent 3 or 4. 2 of the overhang and then...
All right, fair enough.
Yeah.
What do we got?
So you're looking through the docket, the law packet they shot at you?
Yes, to kind of like maybe even forge some visas if I can't, like create them at
You can falsify some documentation if you spend 2 more momentum. You do have enough command over the rather lengthy document that you could cobble one together really quickly.
All right. Y'all fine with that?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm trying to
And
get
someone
weapons
was
back online.
Jean, you can give me a security daring.
Okay. Starship
Difficulty.
weaponry.
Yes.
What was the starship helping with?
It is helping with.
If this goes the way it did on Sunday, we may end up having to have somebody roll for me. But
Weapons engineering of the ship.
Weapons engineering. Okay.
I'm gonna give you a threat
And
for
one and
dice. Now we wait.
Captain, I do think I can. Well,
Yes.
I think I have their protocols. Wow, there you go. We're right back up. Captain, I do believe I have their protocols, which may help us if we're having a problem with weapons. I believe I can quickly forge some documents and get us access.
Just the same, Selena, and she hits 3 or 4 more keystrokes, and you hear. I'd like to have the ability to shoot back if possible.
As would I, Captain. As would I.
Captain, you still need to answer whether or not she should make the papers or not.
Yes, she should. Just for, just in case.
There you go.
We're gonna try diplomacy first, but
Well, that's why I was making the papers.
yes. Go ahead.
Absolutely.
Open
It was
hail?
just when you listened to both your guys' conversation, there was still just no approval from the captain yet. So that's what I was hinting for Wayne to do. So yeah.
So, hailing frequencies open? Captain?
Yes, and yellow alert.
Isn't that
This
technical
is
station?
yeah. He was asking me in chat. Yellow alert, shields up. Yeah. This is the Victoria to unknown small craft.
This is Astoria Leader 1. Please identify yourself.
We are the Federation starship Victoria. We were just crash landed on this planet a little while ago. We just managed to get in orbit. We're still having a little bit of trouble with our faster than light drives.
Please present travel documentation or you shall be boarded.
Yes, sure. And she kind of looks down at Selena like,
Sending travel documentation.
thank you.
I assume there's a role for
It's spend 2 momentum to fake the document quickly.
Done.
I was gonna right? I was
We
gonna
already
say
did
spend
that.
all the documented the momentum. Okay.
We already made that spend before the captain made her roll.
Oh, okay. I didn't say it.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, Captain, you now have the opportunity to actually roll them into not shoot.
Oh, yay. Let's do that.
It's going to be a command daring because you are just bald-faced lying to them that those are legitimate documents.
Oh, thank God.
No help from the ship here. Sorry.
Yeah, no.
Can
I
I
can't
can I
help
help?
with that one.
Diplomacy or composure for focus?
Composure so you don't give up the game. For assist, I'm actually going to have you roll for me a engineering daring. That way, if the documentation looks odd, you can very quickly fix it, and you're kind of following along with the conversation.
Diplomacy?
Not in your case.
Yeah, as you can see there, we're just a science vessel. We were out here looking at nearby anomalies, and we got struck by one. Yeah, I got it. And so, I mean, that's basically what she says, because, you know, yeah. Pretty much. We're not here to fight anybody. We were just crash landed. We're trying to get home.
Yes.
Good
Yes.
thing
All right, so it's
That's
my
a
turn?
good
Oh,
thing.
complication on their part.
Yes.
Okay,
So if they
so
roll
I'm going
complication,
to...
do we get momentum? Is that how that works?
No.
We still
So
got
I'm
our
gonna,
roll to make.
I'm going to give you a threat, and then I'm going to spend the rest to get 5. Composure, daring command.
The most important
I am
roll
about
ever.
to Kirk the shit out of this.
Yes, Kirk it
God,
up.
are we making that a verb? That's the verb we're going with, Kirk?
I mean, if you were
Yes.
gonna Kirk this up, you'd have already shot them. This is really
Oh,
more of
really?
a Picard thing.
Oh, damn it.
That's still
Of course.
4.
4 versus 0 and a complication. Can I use momentum generated to get rid of ours?
I'll let their complication cancel out yours.
Okay, fair enough.
Back up to 4.
This is the. You say you're the Victoria?
Yes.
Where's Admiral Trailblazer?
Unfortunately, he died when we crash landed on the planet. I am the commanding officer now.
Victoria, you are hereby ordered to not leave your current location. Do not power on weapons.
Okay.
You did switch them off. You switched. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you'll alert. You only have your shields up. They're just letting you know not to power them on.
Yes. May I make the request that you don't move your ships any closer? We won't move. You don't move.
Given that previous agreements can no longer be held up by your ship, we are sending over a arbiter to negotiate further on your turn.
Very well.
Yeah, that's not bad. Yeah, I mean, it's still a middle zone from them firing on us, so yeah.
I look forward to that. The mic's not on for their end to hear that, but that's just me to the captain. I look forward to that.
The fighter ships have not are now wheeling back to their home ship.
Captain,
A probe indicates there's a lot of activity
on the home ship.
Yeah, like they're doing something over there.
And I actually say, Selena, can you comms Alan for me, please?
Yes, Captain. Opening up the hills now. Captain, they are powering their ship back.
Yes, well, as of right now, there's nothing we can really do to outshoot that thing at the moment.
Selena, you're only able to raise the shuttle.
That's what I was trying to do, is to raise the shuttle.
Oh, you do so.
Wash here.
Ensign, is there any way you can piggyback your signal again?
I will certainly try. They've melted the ice. They've found the door. They were able to open the door, but requirements of the system inside there required that no weapons enter the building. So they're testing.
By
what's
the
the
way,
word I want to use? Testing security at the moment, but I will hail them. I just want to be careful because they're in the middle of possibly a hairy system.
this is like I'm not trying to be mean or anything, but she's like, yes, Ensign. All right, no, I need you to get in contact with them now, please.
Yeah, and what you don't see is he's already been multitasking doing that. It's just filler conversation while the buttons are being pressed across the LCARs. You know what I mean?
She doesn't know that. She's
Well, no, there's the view screen on. You see me. Yeah, so I've been doing that the whole time. You know.
Scene change. We're gonna drop a momentum.
Oh no!
Jolson and Garrett have stepped into what looks to be a hallway. Everything seems to glow a little bit. Every surface. You can almost feel a tingle on your hairs, like you're walking through static electricity.
Oh boy.
Check tricorder for any odd energy readings.
Is this radiation? Am I gonna get the super cancer?
Or too late.
Reason science there, Jolson.
yes. Roll to cancer.
Roll to dodge cancer.
Oh yeah, that's right. Roll to not cancer.
Quantum, focus on quantum mechanics. Dealing with radiation.
I'll give you that. Yep.
Kind of a stretch, but woo!
Jolson, do you want to spend one of the momentum generator to figure out if there's any risk of time displacement?
Low level content on radiation. I still get a free question being a science officer, or my.
Are you XO or science officer?
Yeah, I was XO. Oh, during this being in command. So I will spend a momentum to see if this has any. Yeah,
Time
if this has
dilation?
any temporal displacement. I brain it. Well, crap. How much? What's the extent?
Well, crap baskets.
I'd say it's worth it. We need to know what we're dealing with, but that's my opinion.
Yep, I'm willing to spend it.
That's my question. I thought it was a part of because there was an extra floating question.
No, because he's using the XO.
I'm the XO today. I'm not a science
Oh,
officer.
that's right. Gotcha.
The time dilation puts you 1 hour either way from your original time.
Oh, well, this is rather unfortunate. We need to move quickly. Wait, I'm sorry. Can you just clarify? Is it 1 hour? We're 1 hour ahead of when we went in, right?
And an hour behind, yes.
Oh, we went back in time, not forward?
And forward.
Okay, I'm sorry.
You're doing a shoot. You're Schrodinger's officers right now.
So we were displaced.
Yeah, you're a sine wave, up down, up
down. Okay, we can either exit and try to reconvene, or we can go in, or we can just press forward and hope they follow.
I'm for or pressing forward or going in and out might perturb the Crontons more.
Very well. Then I recommend we find that equipment as soon as we can.
Yep.
And I will message back to the Victorian. Captain, there's a lot of chronoton radiation down here. I'm unable to connect with them at the moment, but I'll keep working on it.
All right. Thank you, Ensign. That's fine. I'm just gonna go back into my ready room and be doing some hacking. That's all.
Right.
Oh, you really need me, don't you?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do.
Would Alan and the security medic wait around, or would they follow after? Because from your perspective, they're just standing there and they just started scanning, and then they're moving forward. They're walking.
Did they disappear?
No, they're just not making any. No, you hear when they talk, it's sort of garbled. Like you're hearing the same conversation they're having, and a few. All the conversation they're gonna have, and all the conversation they just had. So it's all this jumbled mess that doesn't make any sense.
I did not leave any standing orders, so whoever's in charge would be Alan.
I mean, technically, I thank you, but probably not.
We're being hailed.
Sorry.
I will try to. I'll open my tricorder and try to send a message to them.
That is going to be a reason.
You cut out there.
Yeah, my brain cut out.
Back.
Something science, right?
Something science. I'm gonna go with
Something dark side. Something.
daring science. Difficulty 4.
Oh, I hope no one really wanted their momentum.
Nope. Spend away.
I'll buy. Oh, you know what? I will. Can I use a determination on crew of 1? In the sense that I'm not taking assistance from anybody. This is my own skill.
I'll let you do that, yeah.
And then I'll spend 2 momentum for a 3rd die. And can I use computers?
Yeah, I'll give you that.
That's 4.
Juleson and Garrick, as you're about halfway down the hallway and you notice that there's a dip down in the hall that leads to a smaller door. It's about the size of a normal two abreast door that you'd see on a starship.
Engineering deck.
Yeah. And as you're walking along, you kind of have your tricorders out. You're scanning for radiation and getting a feel for the place, and then your tricorders start beeping with messages.
I'd like the message to be like, your voices are scrambled, and then a like chronoton radiation question mark. Please advise.
Shit.
I'd recommend we report back. We report back with an affirmative in that situation.
I want to. Yeah. Let's keep moving ahead. And in the meantime, I'm going to reply back. Cronton radiation, and yes, stand by.
Do I get that?
Yep, in real time, relatively speaking.
Then I'm going to reply. Suggest you do not attempt to leave the hallway if you find yourself temporarily displaced, do not leave the cave until the appropriate time has passed, or you could find yourself in ice, because the ice wouldn't have been cut away. I guess I don't know that they're temporarily displaced, but I can assume that it's possible they could be.
I'll let you have that assumption.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, since you heard the before, the after, whatever conversations, yeah.
Well, they just told me that chronoton particles are there. So I want to advise them if they interact chronoton, any time dilation from chronoton particles, not to leave.
I'll note there, Alan, that you're detecting chronoton, a lot of chronoton radiation spilling out into the opening where you guys.
Oh.
Like as you're talking to them, you know your tricorder is beeping like crazy that there's a sudden spike in chronotons.
Then I'll include my message. The facility is leaking chronotons. Apparently the door was keeping chronotons out.
Or in.
In.
What do you think, Lieutenant? Do we have them seal the doors, or do they have, or what?
Have you sent a message about the chronotons leaking out?
I just told you that the chronotons were leaking out.
Okay.
I don't know how long it takes you to get messages, but I just sent them to you.
Let's keep going ahead. Let's keep going ahead and see if we can figure this out. I type back, acknowledge, fall back to beam out site. And secure from there.
I look at the ensign and say, "Ensign, follow me," and I head back to the beam out site.
Alan? Alan, are you there?
I mean, can I hear him now?
You can't know. And in fact, from your perspective, the storm's gone. It's a clear day out.
Oh wait, from my perspective?
Yep.
And I'm still in it, yeah.
I like the ensign's gonna just see me stop and like stare at the sky like for like a minute and a half and then look back down and say, I don't think that's possible.
Your chronometer would be off.
Is that a reason science difficulty for me?
For Jolson.
Right, what is your...
Can I make a check to see if I recognize...
Can I assist on Jolson's roll?
I'm going to say no.
Fair.
Can I make a roll to see if I can calculate if the weather patterns make any sense?
I'll give that to you. They don't. The storm was like, imagine like a Jupiter-sized storm, like it's planetary. It would take days, if not weeks, for it to go.
Oh,
I look at the ensign and say, "Ensign, we seem to be trapped in time. We have no way to leave. So I intend to go rendezvous with Jolson. You're under no obligation to follow me since I have no authority over you. I wish you good luck." And then I start walking back, and my intention is to go through the door and try to find them.
So disregard my orders. I got it.
Yeah, but I don't know if I can even tell you at this point, but you were expecting that I could go back up top and be safe from chronoton particles. That's not an option.
Yeah, the parameters have changed.
Yeah, like...
We're probably going to need to use the wibbly wobbly tech to get back into the right time frame, probably, I'm guessing, but we'll figure it out when we get there.
Like, I definitely do not have any tools on me to untime, like, de-weirdify myself.
De-weirdify.
Jolly, you've been controlling the support here. Would they follow, or they stay where they are?
I mean, they'd follow, but I'm only controlling her because nobody else did. I was trying to let somebody else do it, but...
We're asking if McNeil wanted to play.
I'm actually surprised I haven't heard him.
Yeah, Prax has been quiet, or sorry, Dr. McNeil has been quiet all evening, other than text.
And here it comes.
And it continues.
So many ways to play.
Okay.
Right.
All Then yes, she does follow. She actually speeds up to keep up with him.
Right? I'm not being alone out here. Middle of nowhere.
Okay, demerits, everyone. 20 push-ups every hour on the hour for the rest of the week.
Not for me.
Oh, you're one to talk science, nerd.
I don't think
Well-
you can demerit me. Good luck.
Washburn,
Uh-oh.
you do a quick, as a sort of standard procedure, as you're trying to hail them, you double check, make sure the storm isn't doing anything weird to the signal, like they're still where they are, and they're not there. The whole away team's gone.
Hailing Victoria.
Victoria here.
Captain, the way team have disappeared off of scanners completely. They're not there anymore. Now, no assumptions, but chronotons and years from now, we might meet them again.
More time shenanigans. Got it.
Yes, Captain. I mean, I've got shop set up here. Everything's fine. The storm's still going on above me, but everything's okay.
Give it another 8 hours and then come home, Ensign.
Yes, Captain.
Since indicate an increased spike of energy beings coming out of the area, and it's spreading at a very rapid rate.
Does
Captain,
he have 8 hours?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Is I might not have 8 hours. The location is spiking and it's growing outward. And if it starts getting close to the shuttle, I might have to either relocate or, if it keeps growing really exponentially, come back to the Victoria. I don't think you want me disappearing also.
You have 3 hours.
3 hours.
Yeah.
All right. Give it another hour and a half, and then book it back to the ship. We'll go back down for them as soon as we deal with this other problem we have.
Understood.
I am well aware, Selena.
Where are the little life force? Where are the life forms?
Scene change, you would lose momentum, but don't worry about it.
Lose a threat.
Yeah, no.
No.
I have actually gone back into. I've said, get your negotiations ready, Selena, and then I am going to go into my ready room, and I'm going to act the Admiral's computer.
Right?
Oh my god.
All right.
They're doing this again?
While he's doing that, or she's doing that, I am going to try to put together what would be pretty close to a treaty, similar to what I probably would have thought the old treaty would have looked like, with just the language and everything.
Without the Admiral's side of the conversation, it would be a daring con, difficulty 5.
So you want me-
Doable, possible, but really hard.
Would you like me to get the information first, and then you make that roll?
I would appreciate it.
Yeah.
Let's just say I start studying the book really, really hard.
You thought the rules of acquisition were long.
Yeah, no, I was pretty sure that I was going to be dealing with another bureaucratic system. Thankfully, I have the back.
Jal, you're going to give me a daring security. The difficulty of this is also going to be 5.
That's fine. That's fine.
Sorry.
I'm going to spend my determination. No one lies to Jaw as the value. And then I'm going to give you enough threat to get 4 dice.
Right? Get all the dice.
Just full
That's
threat all the
7.
time.
may roll, it may not. Give it a few seconds.
And does the ship help?
The ship's actively fighting him.
Oh, okay. Bummer.
Oh, come on. Did it? Yep, that's 6.
So gain 1 momentum, you friggin'.
I am
Dolph,
the
I love you.
granddaughter of Lieutenant Commander Moore. No computer will defeat me.
Captain, 3 minutes. I don't know what it is, but I'm assuming
That's a
we've
good
had
guess.
like 10 minutes.
All right, and I'm going to basically do a search for treaties with. They gave us their species name, right?
I don't think they
Is
have yet.
that on
Or
the
the
document that I
Empire,
got?
or the Empire name.
Yeah, I think that would be in the documents that Serena has. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's all there.
The typing it out again.
Okay, and I type negotiations with the species name and pull up all relevant files. And then as soon as I get them, I send them to Selena.
Come over to the Sarek with me for a second.
Okay, sure.
It'll be faster.
Okay.
That's ominous.
Uh,
I have to know all the things that go on the Sarek. Because it's mine.
Well, you're not wrong.
This is a nice way to fuck me.
No, it's just segregating out of character knowledge with in-character knowledge.
So that I'm caught up, was Alan always with the Victoria and the original Admiral? Was that like always a thing and we just didn't know that there was two, or the third Data, quote unquote?
You do not know anything about why Alan is here, or when he came to be here, or why he was here.
But it's very apparent that he's a synthetic life form. Is it apparent that he's a Nudian?
The doctor figured out that in last episode. She scanned him and found he had a positronic brain similar to Dave.
You know what? You don't know the why, the where, the how.
The when, yeah.
Those things you would have to either look in the ship or ask Alan, or.
And Alan's not very. Alan has been all that forthcoming.
But it's apparent that you are at least a cousin to Data, the most famous android in Starfleet.
The doctor hypothesized
in a way. It's not going to be exactly related to Data. Like, he is a Sung type android, but
actually, I think it's what's his name from the Next Generation series. Remember the one that tried to prove that he wasn't sentient? It could be one of his line.
Maddox,
yeah.
What episode was that?
That was the one with the JAG officer where there was an officer that wanted to disassemble Data and try to copy him for every ship.
Oh, Measure of a Man. That episode.
Measure of a Man. Yes.
Oh.
Season like 2 or 1 or the end of 1 or 2 or something like that. Yeah,
that was very early.
Yeah, last episode, someone did hypothesize that Alan was the result of an attempt to copy data, but we don't know if that's true or not. That was a hypothesis.
Right.
But
Yeah.
but physically, he looks like Alan Turing.
Yeah, I do not look like Data, which is
That
a
is-
clue in itself because, as far as y'all know, like Data was the only one that was ever recovered. They stumbled across lore, and
Yeah.
Is lore in the official records, or is it still?
Yeah, you would
or
know
still
about lore.
classified?
You would know.
Okay.
Right.
And specifically, lore and Data, and later on before look like Bert Spiner because
That's
Soon
what-
was trying to.
Pop attitude, yeah. Move himself into a living to live forever. If he could move his consciousness.
There was a conscious effort to make him look like that specific model because Soon wanted
Captain
to
on the
live
bridge?
forever.
Yep.
Yeah.
Selena, about that negotiation, we may have to go about it a completely different way than the Admiral did.
Yes, Captain. I would have assumed so. I have not gotten through all of the documents yet.
Yeah. Now we just have to figure out what the Federation can offer these people.
Please, not me.
That is true, especially if you are Maddox's secret part of the Starfleet, as to why being like specifically directly connected to an admiral. Yeah, that's a whole nother implication.
Captain, trade is always a wise discourse of action. Rule of acquisition number 38 says quite clearly that trade is the talk of all. I'm bullshitting on 38. I'm pretty sure that's something else.
Yeah.
I none of us know the rules of acquisition, so you can
Right.
So
or just say rule.
I have them somewhere else, but
so mechanics wise, what's your presence command?
My presence command?
Yeah.
Captain, I am adequate in presence and command.
I mean,
what are the numbers?
Numbers as a player.
Much better than my con rolls have.
What are the numbers?
Yeah.
8 and
Like
3.
I need to know that it's what?
8 and 3.
Okay, so
11.
I guess I'm doing the talking. Okay. Sorry, mine's 13.
I have no problem with that, Captain. I can easily translate documents for you as quickly as possible.
Thank you. All right. Take a look at their laws, and when they come on board, in a Ferengi term, let's see if we can out bullshit them, huh?
Ferengi do not bullshit, sir. They negotiate aggressively.
I know a Ferengi that may disagree with you, and she's
rule of
actually hinting
acquisition.
at Captain Nog.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna say rule of acquisition, whatever, because I know this is an actual rule. A Ferengi never cheats another Ferengi.
Well, lucky for us, these aren't Ferengi, right?
Oh, that would apply rule of acquisition, whatever. Never cheat a Klingon unless you think you can get away with.
They're not
Also an
Klingons
actual-
either, so this should be fine. Selena, if
take
you would
everything
just
too literally, Captain. And I'm looking through the documents as we're going through this. So what's my role, please?
Peace is good for profits.
War is also good for profits.
No, that's one of the first one I said. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, and then I guess I will, if Are they coming aboard or are they transporting over? Either way would probably be deadly.
They didn't say,
Uncertain. They
but
haven't told you one with the other.
I was about to
Okay.
say that.
My bad.
Well, then I sit down and hit the buttons on the chair and say, Doctor, we're about to have some guests. Would you like to join us? And then,
So can I do like a reason command roll or a reason roll to try to figure out if I can come up with a trade agreement based on the documents they've sent me?
I'll give you a reason. If you're trying to set up a trade with them, I'll give you a reason con. Difficulty 2, you're basically creating an advantage of being well read in their laws, so you know what they can and can't trade.
I hate to do this, guys, but I gotta give them one threat.
that's fine. That's fine. And I think Selena is technically a lieutenant, so
Is Selena a lieutenant?
we just call her
lieutenant.
Selena.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, junior, but
it's still an officer.
Acquisition
And
48.
one of
bigger
the
the
higher
smile,
ranking ones.
the sharper the knife.
So yeah, 2 officers. There you go.
Acquisition 62. The riskier the road, the greater the profit. This works for
re-rolling this.
How are you re-rolling a 0?
Greed is eternal.
You give me a threat for that.
Yes, better than a complication, which is about the same thing.
And I'm gonna rule it like that. Like if it's a social or a social alike roll, I'll let you re-roll 1 because the social conflict rules I'm muddy on for now. So for now, it's gonna function like because social conflict's like a combat, but it's social based, and I'm not hammered down on it yet.
Well, it's still technically a diplomacy roll. By the way, I got 2, which I think meets.
Meets, yep.
Ooh, 125. You can't make a deal if you're dead.
I mean, that
This
is
is also
technically
true.
This is technically true.
Ooh, 168. Whisper your way to success. Talk quietly with them.
No, I'm sorry that I linked that.
I already opened my
You
own.
should be.
I opened Memory Alpha one, so. But they don't have all the numbers filled in though, so it's like they do jump.
There's now 2 ships approaching. One seems to be a fighter type craft, a small craft. The other one seems to be more like a cargo shuttle.
Cargo or personnel?
Cargo or personnel, yeah.
Seems we have a diplomatic shuttle and escort captain.
This is a good one.
Yes, we're just gonna send our diplomats in bulk. FedEx that shit.
Hailing
Here's what I
USS
mean.
Victoria. Hailing USS Victoria.
Hailing open.
USS Victoria. This is the Al Unamed Diplomatic Corps. Are you ready to receive?
Yes. Would you like to be transported aboard our ship, or shall you be docking?
Request docking clearance for 2 vessels.
Very well. Shuttle Bay 2 is open.
I checked to make sure we can take 2 vessels, but other than that, I believe opening any shuttle bay would be on me.
It looks like when you check, it looks like you could take both ships. The problem is when because of how big the fighter is, it's going to prevent other shuttles from taking off, just because it's taking up too much space.
I mute the comm system. I look back over to the captain. Captain, if we take both ships in, we will not be able to pick up the shuttle from the planet. It will be left out, as we say, hung out.
All right. And I asked for the ship to be hailed again.
I unmute.
Oh. I have to ask for a bit of a compromise. Your main ship may dock. However, your fighter, we do not have the space to accommodate your fighter. And if it would like to maintain station keeping right outside the ship, it is free to do so.
Give me command presence, difficulty 2.
Okay. Give you a threat. Diplomacy.
I'll give you that.
Now we're just waiting.
285. No good deed ever goes unpunished.
I don't know why it rolled 4. I'm sorry. But I can reroll one of those zeros and hopefully it doesn't. Clicking the 1 multiple times. Son of a... If I may ask somebody else to roll for me, mainly probably the GM, because, yeah.
Yeah, I'm the only one who has access to your sheet, I think.
Sorry. It's
okay.
Well, I'm always here. I can help you, Wayne, you know.
You got your 2 though.
Yep.
So yeah, they comply. They say back, reasonable accommodation. We will stay in station keeping. We're going to remain on a ready footing for defense of our diplomat, but other than that, the diplomat ship is clear to land. Is that correct?
Yes.
Acknowledged.
And I will look at Selena and have them cut the transmission and have her meet me, or have her come with me to go down to the shuttle bay to meet our guest.
And
the
I cede my
crew is
seat
now
to the
Beta.
I was going to say I cede my seat to the officer underneath me, and I say as she begins to take the seat, "No partying, please."
No promises, ma'am.
Yep, that's the other chair. The dinosaur chair, as she points next to her.
Yeah, that's
so who will be meeting the delegation in the...
Jal and I guess Selena.
perhaps Maxwell.
Do you run and change really quick? Ambassador dress?
Well,
or formals.
Can we play this out in the turbo lift for a second?
Sure.
Captain,
feel free.
I believe we should have Dr. Maxwell, or is it Dr. Maxwell?
McNeil.
Or am I reading that wrong? McNeil. I believe we should have Dr. McNeil come with us. This is, after all, a first contact situation. Protocol would dictate that we have reasonable documentation of their anatomy.
Sorry. Yes, but she may have her hands full with sick bay. But yeah, and she hits her comm badge. Lieutenant Commander Jal to Dr. McNeil.
Dr. McNeil here.
We have some visitors. I would like you to join us in Shuttle Bay 2, if you would.
Understood. I'll meet you there.
I think I just got a tear.
And there we go. And, yep, we go to Shuttle Bay 2.
Yeah, I'm going to pass the document that I drafted while we were waiting for them to get there.
Okay. All right. Well,
You guys can meet up on the way to Shuttle Bay as you're walking down the hall.
Doctor, have you ever seen one of these Alnomed, the Alnomed species before?
I believe that answer would be probably a no.
You know what? That's fair. Would you like to see one?
If I must.
Yeah, wouldn't want to pull your leg or anything. And she just keeps walking down the hall.
You know, most Starfleet officers would be jumping at the chance for new first contact, but you're like, no, I have other shit to do.
Right? Well, the scary thing, though, is if there's another admiral, their first contact has already been done. This is second contact.
I was also going to say that this is technically not first contact.
Yeah, it's definitely not.
No, but
And
On
Joel
record
is
it is, though.
quite sad he's not there for this, but, you know, he just lost track of time.
Yeah, a few weeks or months for a whole storm to disappear over a planet.
Hey, hold on. Hey, you know, try getting skin grafts as a burn victim. That's not pleasant either. Oh.
Dr. McNeil, this is a moment where the most subtlest of information can be the most important. Who knows if they have two brains or strange brainwaves, for example?
I guess we'll find out.
Indeed.
I assume by now we have made it.
Yeah, you're walking up to the doors, and they're slowly opening. And everyone imagine your favorite PS1 loading. Please tell me people know what that is. I don't want to feel old.
Oh yeah, no, mine is actually a save screen and not a load screen. But that's
Okay.
Well, I'm thinking of the Fantastic Four PS1 game where they had a mini game in the load screen because it took for.
Hey.
Really, mine was the click clacking of the typewriter in Resident Evil.
I'm sorry, I go back to the original Nintendo era.
Atari.
I had an Atari. Ataris are cool.
And NES was my 6th birthday present.
My first console was
Mine
NES,
too.
no load screens.
Ooh, now first console for me was Pong.
All right, old man.
What? I'm just saying.
So, you guys walk into the shuttle bay. The ship that they came in on kind of looked like. Give you a picture here, real quick. If I can get it somewhere you can
Visuals.
see it.
We love visuals.
Does it look like something I would make a lot of profit from? Because I can't see.
You're not stealing the ship, Selena.
Yeah.
You notice it's a ship that looks like that. It looks like it's phasing in and out of existence at all times.
Huh.
Looks like a smaller version of the capital ship that was near you.
Alrighty, well. And she just kind of straightens up and Picard maneuvers her uniform.
Inside with him, the man up front, he looks humanoid. His skin shimmers like polished gold. His hair is like spun gold. His eyes like a turbulent pool of molten gold. The two guys behind him are in what look to be full body armor, each holding on to a what looks to be a rifle. Looks kind of bulky, and you can audibly hear snaps and crackles coming from the gun, like from the weapons. But they're holding them like at ready, like their shoulder. It's across body. I forget what the term for that is, but they're not. They're at ready, but not ready. But they're not aiming or anything. At attention, I suppose.
That's fine.
The man up front is dressed in what looks to be a long. It looks to be a stylized. If you can imagine someone who is trying to wear breastplate armor of some kind that is also of gold, but instead of it actually being like metal, it's more like silks and stuff like that. So it's trying to harken back to an era of heavy armor, but it's more modern, more civilized. At his hip, you can see that he is wearing what looks to be a. He actually has some sort of blade scabbard in a scabbard, and his hand's kind of resting on it. As his pupilless eyes warble and almost seem to pop when the three of you walk in.
Gentlemen, or ladies, and she kind of looks at the people in armor. Welcome to the Victoria. I am Lieutenant Commander Jal, the current captain of this ship. What can we do for you today?
I am Diplomat Extraordinaire Stefan. I am here on behalf of the Al-Nomed Alliance of Forces. According to the documentation, you seem to have secured travel papers, and I need to know two things. One, where did you get that documentation? What planet? Two, why have you not submitted your ship to search? And three, where is the Admiral?
To answer your question, she said she gives a planet, the name of a planet near in this sector somewhere. Do I have to make a roll to think of an M-class planet in the sector that she would have gotten this from?
The nearest M-class that you know you're near is the one below you. Remember, you guys got displaced a bit when the incident happened on the Sappho.
Captain, I think the best way to say this is that we were transmitted the documents in preparation for a meeting. I'm saying that quietly.
Yeah. We had the documents transferred to us by she's just going to say an attaché that she did have on board, but unfortunately was lost in the crash, along with the Admiral. That'll be the answer to his third question. What was the second question?
Why we haven't submitted to search.
Yes, because we have civilians on board, and in the Federation, civilians' privacy is very, very important. These people just want to go home.
At this time, are you aware that you're in contested space and possibly could be construed as a warlike act?
Actually, no, I did not.
Are you aware that a ship with your armaments could be classed as a warship according to our laws?
and she's kind of like being cocky now because she's been on bigger ships and stronger ships. This ship couldn't hurt a cruiser. And she's obviously lying. But to any of her crew, it would look like that. But
You
she's
can
like,
try daring command. It's going to be an opposed roll.
that's fine. That's fine. Yeah.
Spending a threat to give myself an extra die.
Can I assist in the way of I know what some of their bureaucratic rules are? Is he bullshitting her?
And then composure, since I'm lying straight to his face.
I'll let you roll. I'll say insight command.
This is probably going to bite me in the ass, but I'm going to...
Who's rolling insight command?
Selena.
I'm going to give you enough threat for 4 dice.
And is that 1 or 2?
That's 3.
No, I meant what I'm rolling. Is it 1 or 2?
1.
You roll 1 because you're assistant.
Diplomacy?
Yeah.
We're hoping it rolled. Just... give it just a little bit longer. There it goes.
6 or more.
I told you all those bad rules were going to come back to a good.
And she kind of looks over at the doctor. Please, doctor, explain the amount of injuries we've had. We are not in any shape to fight of any kind. Obviously lying again.
Well, with all due respect, Captain, no one on the ship is due to fighting in current condition. I need to say, if there was a search on board this vessel, it would just agitate the crew and those who are actually currently injured.
So you see, we're not trying. We're just trying to fix our ship.
There is 2 momentum out of that. First question, was he bullshitting us on the rules garnering what constitutes a...
I don't think you get your free question for that because there was no assist by censors.
You can spend momentum.
That was what my assist was knowing the rules to know if he was bullshitting to assist the captain in her bluff.
Oh, right. In your assist, you're able to determine what that he is in the right, that these are legitimate commands that he's asking. A ship like any starship, according to the laws, that has anything more powerful than, say, a mining laser, is considered a warship by their law. And such ships are subject to search and even expulsion, if not seizure, if they're considered to be a criminal ship, which thankfully your ship hasn't committed any crimes, so they can't arrest you yet. You haven't done anything yet.
Well, that's an unfair assessment of our ship, Captain. Our ship is... any ship that's about our ship size is considered a warship by their rules.
Well then they have a very... she's saying this under her breath, kind of. They have a very, very low tolerance level in their laws.
What is your intention in our space in that case, then?
We were scanning the ice planet because we saw the storms, and our science officer was curious about it. We crash landed.
Oh, sure.
And-
Throw me under the bus.
And we crash landed, and we've only recently gotten back into orbit. However, our warp drive is currently unfunctionable, and it would take us years to get home. So we just asked for a little bit of time to get our engines up and running, and we will be out of your sector of space, lickety split, no problems, no nothing.
Captain, perhaps this is best served going to a conference room, some place of comfort.
For who? Me? Or the doctor?
The meeting in general, she means.
Yeah,
No, the roles.
the
But
role.
yes.
I believe the role would be for the doctor.
Huh? Okay, go ahead. Oh yes, I forgot. Empath. Let's do this.
Take a threat. Roll in 3. Rerolling 1.
And I'm going to roll back.
And I guess while she would be doing this, I would be,
Yes.
gentlemen, shall we adjourn to a conference room? A little more comfortable than a shuttle bay.
Define conference.
Nice room, big table.
A group of people talking around a big table, negotiating their sides. It's just a place for us to sit down. Unless you would like to have this conversation here in the shuttle bay, that's perfectly all right with me.
Well, I would much prefer to have a tour of your ship as we talk. You say that this is not a warship, yet it is. I would like to be proven to that effect so I can assuage my commanding officers that you are either a threat that we need to deal with or not worth our time.
All right. The first place she takes them is where would the civilians be gathered? Normally, it's probably about dinner time.
They'd be in 5 steerward or in their quarters, sometimes the hall.
All right. All right. How about we show you some of the amenities we have on board, and I lead them to I guess 5 stern is like mess hall.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Dr. McNeil grabs your arm.
One moment, gentlemen. And
Of
she
course.
She kind of walks
Captain,
off to the
would
side.
you like me to start the tour and have you catch up?
Yes, Selena.
This way, gentlemen.
Doctor.
They're waiting for something, but all I sense from them is hostilities, violent thoughts. They wish to kill us, it seems like. I would approach this very cautiously.
Very well. Doctor, if you could, keep an eye out on them, I'm going to join them. We may make a small detour. And she goes to catch up with Selena. Gentlemen, actually, I have one thing I want to show you. And she takes him to holodeck 1.
Very
I was
well.
going to say, before she catches up, I would like to, as she promptly said before, bullshit like a Ferengi.
Okay.
I found your rules most interesting. Actually, the rules regarding geological surveys in asteroids as per to Rule 5, Section 4, Subsection 3, I continue on until I hit a rule, which is like a really dumb rule, like you can't extract rocks with a brass cutter or something, something that's really, really dumb, but shows that I know the rules very well.
You kind of nailed it on the head. They have a very specific way you're supposed to mine stuff, and it is there's like 5 different subsections and subparagraphs that say you can do it under these conditions on a certain time frame according to a certain
Ooh, are the guests wearing better clothes than the captain, the doctor, and Selena?
Actually, I have one more quick thing I want to do, if that's real quick. I have the doctor go to the holodeck before we get there, and I ask her to input a very specific mountain range on Kate, and I give her the Admiral's access code to disable the safeties.
Are we about to spore drive somewhere?
Nope, I'm about to push him off a mountain.
I can't say anything.
I know, me either. Yeah, this is. I'm glad we're on the planet.
We are definitely a threatening crew, aren't we?
Yeah, we've gone IKS.
See, okay, here's the thing. Your captain is a security officer, was a security officer first. The doctor just told me they were hostile.
Oh yeah, I know.
Right, I know.
No, I'm not disagreeing with the outcome. I'm more disagreeing with their methods of getting there.
Yes.
To your Selena, how did you respond to your quotation?
How does he respond to my questions?
He talks about it like it's the most interesting thing in the world. Like he's talking about his favorite bouquet of flowers. Like that level of, oh yes, I do much prefer subsection 25 though, because then you get to torture them for punishing. But then again, when they do under subparagraph C, if they do it during winter, then you can just vaporize them, and that really saves you time. Like he's very casual, because a lot of the punishments involve death, maiming, eternal imprisonment. None of them are nice. There's no nice way to be punished by these guys.
Wow.
Is
it wearing a better suit?
I'm going
to Tuesday.
I'm going to agree with them and point to another subsection. But as I do this, I'm also doing an insight. Is he bullshitting me as much as I'm bullshitting?
You don't have to roll. He is wholeheartedly talking about this. He finds this very interesting. If anything, he seems surprised that that you actually read the rules at all. And reminds you that good thing you read that, because he would have had to shoot you for insulting his culture. But good for you. Well, stab you, but and he kind of rips you like he's that's a very funny joke.
Yes, it's a very, very good thing. I'll quote one of the rules of acquisition. Rule of acquisition, whatever it is, you can't make a deal if you're.
Did the Vulcan just laugh?
Yes.
Yes, that should disturb you.
Disturbed Vulcan.
As your group gets to the doors of the holodeck, he stops. Him and his delegation stop.
Captain, you would find this most fascinating, and I relate to her the conversation that we've just been having, and I try to turn my back to him, so she's facing him, and I wink at her as I talk about these most disturbing things that he was talking.
Gentlemen, I forgot something very important. And I kick myself for not remembering it. In my culture, it is customary to show a piece of our home planet with to visitors. If you don't mind, I have one of my favorite scenes of my homeworld programmed into the holodeck.
What is your rank?
Lieutenant Commander.
Lieutenant Commander. It would seem
That's fine.
that your deadly intent has been betrayed by your officers. So I'm going to need you to explain to me why one of you wants to kill us and one of you doesn't. And the two guards aim their guns rather casually in your direction, but they don't shoot. They just seem to aim like they're keeping you back and away from him.
For the record, I don't want to kill anyone.
I'm having a feeling they're empathic. And she just kind of like, you know how when you're stressed, it's more like when you're getting ready for a fight, you know, the whole cracking bones and like, you know, stretching out. Gentlemen, you have come aboard my ship with nothing but hostile intentions from the start. Can you please explain that?
We're superior. It is your place to be beneath us. We're giving you the courtesy of being talked to rather than blown away. You're welcome. Besides, you filled out the appropriate paperwork. We felt no need to violate our own laws. We're a civilized people, after all. Unlike the treasonous Federation that seems to change their crew at a whim and seems to lose admirals with the ease of losing a small dog. The translator says dog, but you get the feeling that the translator just filled in.
Yeah. She kind of, can I assume we're at a juncture, like a crosswalk?
Yeah.
Alright. She's going to basically shoulder rush Selena out of the way, pull her phaser, charge it, and wide beam. We'll go stun for now.
And we're going to scene change.
I dive. I let her fly over me. I don't want any part of being like, oh, you're knocking me out of the way. I'm just.
Really? I'm trying to like save your life.
You're gonna make the captain go flying into a bulkhead.
Oh, thanks. Yeah. I'm trying to save your life, but alright, fine. Alright, whatever.
All while a hail comes over the thing. Sir, Captain, there's still no... Captain?
You're just gonna hear phaser fire.
Right.
I don't know. If she does that, if
So
I
the
have to,
milk
I'll make a roll to
Victoria.
notice.
Phaser fire.
I'll make a roll to stop.
Washburn, I imagine you would have... A significant amount of time has passed, so I imagine you start shuttling up to the Victoria.
Yeah, and this is one where, I mean, I did wait. The captain, I heard her give kind of like that hour and a half, so it wasn't like a concrete time. So it's one of those where I probably waited an extra half hour, somewhere around 2, before I kind of like forcefully start heading up to the ship. But yeah.
Give me a con daring, difficulty 2. Let's see if you hang around just long enough to be extra help to the...
Con daring. Okay.
Assisted by the shuttle's Con engines, I believe it.
If they didn't have the guns pointed at me, I would have ripped his throat out. Just saying.
Let's see. Con engine. I'll just queue them both up just in case. Okay, and then I'm going to give a threat to get the third die.
Yeah, but I was like running at you to push you out of the way.
An extra die uses threat. You can re-roll. Okay, good. So I'll be able to re-roll if. And then let's see. Focuses are we got helm operations, small craft. I don't think EPS power deals right now, but yeah.
Small craft.
Helm operations. Small craft. Okay, good.
But no, I was basically trying to push you into cover.
And then I'm going to re-roll that complication.
Yes, do it.
With my bold con. And so... Good. So that's 3 there. And then you said the ships, engines and con, 1, and roll. Okay, no help from the shuttle, though.
All right, so you're able to you basically hang around around the upper atmosphere. It's not but just shy of any of the storms, so you're if you need to hurry up and get to the ship, you can. But if you need to hurry up and drop a bit to get to help the away team out, you can. So you're in a it's not comfortable, but it's just you in there, and you have your hands on the console. So just watch out for trees. Is all I'm saying. But yes, the away team eventually makes their way into a large chamber with various control panels, dials, indicators, and buttons. The room is intensely huge. Imagine this is but one. This image is just showing 1/4 of the entire room, and imagine a room almost as big as a football field with.
With the truck driving by.
Not a football field, but like a NASCAR arena.
Yeah, sorry, I'm outside.
That was awesome. That was awesome.
Yes, as you walk in,
Oh shit.
That's not good.
At least we don't got a gold, dude. Uh-oh.
4 individuals in armor, holding what look exactly like phaser type 3s, except they're wearing weird full body armor that covers their face in a silver bluish color, and they kind of stand at the ready. And then one of them points at the group of you. Really, identify yourselves.
Crew 43?
We are officers from the Starfleet of the United Federation of Planets. We detected technology here we thought might help us regain our warp drive. We mean none of you any harm.
You can give me a command presence roll. And they're not rolling back, just difficulty. Alien. The weapons are Federation, but the armor's alien.
I'm sorry, you cut out. What was the difficulty?
2.
Would a negotiation focus apply?
No. Is Alan in still in the jumpsuit thing?
I'm not. Yeah, I'm just in a regular old like jumpsuit because I don't need a suit.
We recognize 3 of you are Federation officers, but who's that one?
Mr. Allen, please introduce yourself to our friends.
I'm Alan.
A civilian?
I have a working agreement with Starfleet. One might call me a contractor.
We are the personal guards to Admiral Corbin Trailblazer. We've been assigned to him to keep him from being attacked, which you are armed, but you seem to be actually Federation.
Is the Admiral present here?
Are these beings like mechanical rather than biological?
The voices seem to be talking through an intercom in their helmet. It's kind of hard to...
I am so on the edge of my chair right now.
Oh. Is this the Admiral? Did he do some weird species switch thing?
He steps through a doorway in one of the panels. Jolson, you can get a bioscan. That would be a reason medicine. Difficulty 2.
Can this be assisted by Ferrois?
Say again?
Ferrois is medical also. I was just wondering if she could assist.
I'm gonna say no.
Okay, just wonder. Just wonder.
Oh no, he's spending threat. He's spending all of it.
It was bound to happen.
But why on us, and why not Shooty McShooterson up in the atmosphere?
Right?
And
Well,
why did people disappear from the scene?
Because I misclicked.
Pushy McPusherton? Or Chevy
Hey.
McSheverton? Chevy.
I'm sorry.
Pushy McShooterson?
You know,
So violent.
I'm not letting a danger stay on my ship. You fucking crazy?
Right?
You should take a note out of Star X's book and just vent the deck.
I was thinking the same thing. I was like, just grab and hold on to something and
Oh, trust me. The thought is there.
Can we not vent the ship?
Like, you're gonna kill a lot of crew if you vented the deck.
I'm trying
I
to be
wasn't.
diplomatic here. Come on.
Also,
I wouldn't kill
if
no-
you
I'm
vent
not
a
gonna
deck,
vent the deck. I'm not gonna vent the deck. I have another idea.
Okay, so
A very
Oh,
more
what species are
idea.
these guys? And do I sense any? I'm assuming Admiral Trailblazer was a human.
No. He is. Him and those 4 people are all the same species.
And what species is that?
Nalabalon? Oh, Alcaran.
Abdullah, Abagos,
Right?
Alula Akbar.
It seems to be an alien species that is allied with the United Federation of Planets. They're not a member species, but they tend to loan technology and personnel to Starfleet for Starfleet usage. a lot of the information about them is highly classified. Even your scan, your tricorder told you that they are Okaran. They're humanoid based, and it gives you basic medical information on how to treat them. But the actual biology of them is classified Starfleet Command.
We mean none of you any harm. We
I
just want
guess-
to get back to Narendra Station, and we need this technology to get a warp drive to function. Please. There's
I
no
sh-
need for violence here.
I should ask if I recognize them.
You recognize the Admiral.
Oh wait, that dude in front of us is the Admiral?
Yep, that's Admiral Trillizzer. He's in he's in a Starfleet uniform, has the Admiral pips on his neck. And he seems to have what looks to be a silver badge over his left breast.
Based on my rough science scans can't tell generally what health these guys have been. It looks like they've been malnourished or living in
They seem
for a while.
They seem healthy.
Okay.
As the Admiral steps out. Hello. Well, forgive me, you have me at disadvantage. I don't know who you three are. Hello, Alan.
Admiral?
Lieutenant Girix, formerly of the USS Sappho.
I'm Lieutenant Pavel Jolson, and of the current XO of the USS Victoria until we sort this out.
Ferris,
I'm
medical.
I'm in command of this Away mission.
Alan.
He's just staring at the Admiral with the blank mechanical stare.
Did they seize the ship, or did they do the proper protocol?
I have control
Better question,
of the
are
ship.
they actually... You still have control of the ship?
I control
They are actually Starfleet officers?
I verified that the lieutenant commander in charge was a Starfleet officer.
So are the rest of us.
I
USS Sappho.
have not had time to verify the identity of every member, but their commanding officer is a Starfleet officer.
Very well. What year is it? Not you, Alan. You three.
2374, I think is the correct answer.
Oh,
2376.
23, yeah.
Okay, I was off by a couple years.
oh, I'm sorry, Alan. I left you in there for 2 years. I meant to check in on you.
I do not need to be watched, but I guess a customary thank you would be in order.
Admiral,
Don't worry about it. No one built you to be nice.
Okay, so timelines are not adding up here, which time seems to be a very funny thing that's been happening lately. First of all,
Admiral, if
your
I may
ship has-
interject, our ship was destroyed by an unknown phenomenon, and right near the planet where we found the Victoria. And then all of a sudden, as soon as we found our warp drive, we're displaced temporarily 3 months. I would implore you for any reasoning you can give me for our current predicament.
Well, Lieutenant, unless you got Starfleet Command clearance on temporal operations, and you have a particular code to give me, I'm not telling you a thing. I hate to be difficult, but regulations are regulations.
Well, you know,
In fact, if I was still in command, if I was still in contact with Starfleet Command at the moment, I would probably have you detained. But at the moment, I don't have a crew, so I guess you're it. Who's your commanding officer?
Lieutenant Commander Jal, and we're also months deep into space, far away from Starfleet Command. I don't give a damn about regulations. We just want to go home.
Lieutenant, If you speak to a ranking Starfleet officer like that again, I'll have Alan detain you.
I look at him like, I guess there is no expression, but I do look at him.
So
Admiral.
you see,
Sorry, go ahead.
oh no, go ahead, Lieutenant. I'm listening.
Admiral, we were placed in an untenable situation and did the best we could. All any of us want is to get back to Narendra Station and receive new orders.
I am a ranking admiral within the 10th Fleet Auxiliary Research and Development Forces. I'm currently working on a top secret mission that you can't get the details to because you're not qualified yet. Secondly, you now have standing orders because now that I have a crew, since my Victoria is now in flight, you're being pressed into service to serve aboard the Victoria and to enact my orders. Once you achieve those orders, I can give you further orders that'll get you back to Narendra. Because frankly, Lieutenant, if you do not follow my orders, the Federation will be at war with 2 different species. So if you don't mind, Lieutenant, kindly shut up and take your orders like an officer.
Very well, Admiral. Proceed.
Oh, that worked.
And Garrick takes a couple steps closer to Alan and mutters into his ear, "How much do you trust him?"
I don't know if this is relevant information, but just so no one gets ahead of themselves, I have 3 of our 4 phasers, so don't try to shoot anything. I just want to remind that
No,
please
no,
don't,
I'm not gonna shoot anything. I'm just yelling.
because you can't. I don't trust them. I don't trust any of you, but I have more recent experience with you than I do him.
Furrow smiles with the
ha-
whole "I don't trust any of you."
He has more guns than you do right now, so we'll just see how it plays out.
But
Okay, Okay, Alan, Farrow, stand down. If we can, and get in contact with Victoria, I'm sure, or we can, and relinquish control of the Victoria to you, Admiral.
We probably won't be able to do any of those things because we are temporarily disconnected from the Victoria.
So it seems to have more pressing issues right now.
Oh, that's just the security system. I wouldn't worry about that. I'll be able to realign you with your current timeline. The minute you breach my security perimeter, I put you out of time in case you had a hostile ship waiting to blow me away. So you'll be able to go back to your time frame. I'm not allowed to move you around time. I'm not authorized to.
Are you authorized to tell us what happened to the original crew of the Victoria?
That will be left to the discretion of my executive officer, who I'm going to have to choose if this is going to be this lieutenant commander of yours. We'll see if he's as obedient as you are.
I wouldn't count on it.
Well then, very encouraging. Well, lead the way. Oh, yes.
Couldn't corrected him on my gender. I appreciate that too.
I was going to, but then he's kind of a hard ass.
Alan does not care for your gender.
That's fair.
It's the least pressing interest.
By the way, the Lieutenant Commander is a woman.
Amateur Wizard walks up and he holds out. He digs into one of his pouches on his belt. And he holds out a series of they look like combat Starfleet comm badges, but they look different. They're stylized in a different way.
Do we recognize them?
They're not standard comm badges. They have the Federation Delta, but the design's weird.
So the Delta is standard. The insignia inscribed on it is not.
Right.
Does it look like a clock?
No.
Does it look like a police box?
No.
Okay, I give up.
put these on. You'll be coordinated with my system, and we're going to go outside and get back to this Victoria. Oh, and I'll be able to program your engine. I took out a particular part of it so no one could just steal my ship while it was landing. I hope you didn't go to warp. That would have caused a lot of trouble for you.
We did take a brief warp jump. We estimate that we were displaced at least 3 months.
Well, that's no good. Hope your medical officer is well up to date on the chronoton radiation poisoning, because everyone's about to start dying in about probably 24 hours, maybe 12.
I believe she is well read on the subject and did administer some kind of treatment, but any information you have would be quite appreciated, Admiral.
Any additional information at this point would help preserve the current crew you have.
Well, if you see anyone who looks like me, but they have golden eyes and golden skin, please don't shoot them. I'm currently in the middle of negotiating the safety of my crew. So if you did any hostile action toward them, I need to know that now. And if you see them, do not shoot them unless I give you orders to. Is that clear?
Before we left at the ship, have we seen any pictures of the Aldorians? Or
the others, the gold color species? No, you haven't seen. You guys are familiar with Alcarans vaguely because they're in the Starfleet database. The other species isn't.
Okay, so when they communicated with us, they didn't communicate with it through video when we saw it.
No, they just video. They just did audio.
Okay. Well, I informed the Admiral there when we left. There was a Aldarian ship 10 light years out that was in distress.
Oh, you didn't actually go try to save them, did you? Because that was a trap.
We weren't really in a position to save them, and we didn't have warp drive.
Right.
Thanks to your safety mechanism.
Wash to away team. Shh.
Oh, I think that's for you.
Wash to away team.
Away team, Jolson here.
Oh my god, there you guys are. I'm supposed to leave the planet back to the Victoria right now, but luckily you guys came back. You guys have been gone for 3 hours. Off the planet, disappeared.
Ensign, can you get us on transporter scanners?
Looking.
There, clear as day.
Yeah, clear as day. I can beam you. In fact, I see there's you 4 plus
5 more.
5 more.
Yes, we found the Admiral and an Atesh. Found Admiral Trailblazer and Atesh.
Watch will slip and say, "Shut up."
Nope.
Discipline slipping these days.
Sorry.
I would like you to beam us and the Admiral all aboard. We're gonna return to Victoria and relinquish control.
Okay, locking on Victoria.
I wanna.
You think so?
Can I send a message on my machine real quick? My thing to my tricorder.
To
Wash.
A text message to Wash.
Yep. Go for it.
I have an idea what it might be.
Beam the people you know about, and the being closest to me, and no one else. And I'm gonna try to stand close to the Admiral.
And if I got that message, I think I would try that first. I mean, being given orders.
Alan technically doesn't have a rank.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, I guess you got to decide if you trust me or not.
Do we trust the strange android?
Well, it's really just does Wash in particular trust me?
What have I been told regarding Alan in the sense of when he says something, how am I supposed to respond? Have I been giving orders in any way?
Haven't.
Basically, treat him like any member of the crew.
Oh, you did hear that.
I did hear that. Okay, then that's all I need. Okay.
Yeah, that was standing orders from the captain.
So I will beam up the 5 and leave the 4 robo drones to fare for the moment. And the other thing is any weapons other than the 4, I will also, what do you call it? Have the transporter disable them. Yes,
Good
absolutely.
Please do.
I have taught you well.
And there's somewhere in there I'm trying to hail the Victoria now, and most likely getting beta deck like, I'm sorry, the captain is busy.
Yeah, he's showing a delegation around the ship. She is.
So when
Yeah,
you
she
guys get
is.
aboard the shuttle, I will explain that I've been told by the Victoria that the captain is given a tour around the ship to some guests.
Have we made it
tour to
back to the
who?
ship?
Not yet.
Yeah. Oh, okay
Oh.
then.
Yeah,
Thank
let's
God.
beam up first. Let's beam up first and then RP that.
Yep, we're moving to a new. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, when you gave me the idea that they're clear as day on the sensors, and I have already hit transport, so I didn't. If there was a roll I was supposed to make, I apologize, because I would just do.
Oh no roll.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, you guys
Yeah,
will be coming up at the same as we're talking.
So back to the corridor of doom.
Yep.
Jal started off this conflict.
God damn
Yep.
it.
But they're going to
See-
end it out.
You dive at Selena. You grab at her phaser.
Yep. And if I don't
And
do,
you're shooting up.
yeah, if I can't get to that, I'm going to hit the panel on the wall, and I'm transporting the 3 of them off my ship.
That's complex.
Just space them?
I am going to space them.
Oh god.
That's, I think, worse than
Um,
shooting them.
You can either grab Selena's phaser or you can rush over to the wall.
Also, don't I just have a Type 1 phaser that... I mean, I'm not
Unless,
trying to be a dick here, but
unless you want to habitually wear a Type 2, you'd normally have a Type 1 as a Lieutenant Junior.
so it's not exactly displayed.
Although, to be fair to you, Joel, you'd as a CO, it would be the
Yeah.
regulation for you to be armed for
Oh
the
yeah,
Type 2.
yeah. No, I had it. I drew it and charged it.
Well, either that or beam them straight to the brig.
Yeah, why not? Yeah, we'll do the brig
Brig might be a
instead.
better
You're not-
idea,
you're
but
not-
besides, you know,
'Cause you're not
murder.
Exactly, and you would be trained.
You
for
have
that.
no idea the week she's had. She
The-
is
the
ready to
You are
question
No,
I
still
have-
I've been
a
right there with
Starfleet
you.
officer.
I get it. I'm just
I've
saying.
been
I
right
was
there
joking.
with you on the week.
The
It's
question
a lot
I
easier
have
to
is,
negotiate with live people than, you know, corpses floating in space.
I don't
And
intend
a
to
ship 10
negotiate
years
with
away
them,
that can continue fighting.
but I will beam them into the brig. Force fields, hopefully.
And disabled weapons.
And yeah, of course.
So what Joel's actually doing is heading over to the wall to
Yep.
order for a beam out, or you're
No,
ordering for the
I'm
corridor
going to-
they're in to be.
I'm going to do it myself from the panel.
Oh.
Yep.
Okay.
The
I
choice
might
of
have an
having
idea.
panels on every wall.
Well, I'm going to tell you the difficulty, and you can let me know if you want to.
Uh-huh.
I was waiting for that because it's easier to order it than it is to type it in
Yeah,
yourself.
because the panels doesn't just have that displayed. You're gonna have to go searching for that.
Okay, fine. I
Right.
will order it then.
You're gonna
I just
have to,
didn't want
like-
them to know what I was doing, but that's fine. Yeah,
You're gonna have to like Star
I'll tell you
Trek.
the difficulty for your own.
benefit.
No.
Yeah.
Let's see, hold on.
It's. I'm gonna guess 7. I'm putting my bet on 7.
Well, that and
Yes,
you could
I
text
assume you
beam them
would.
out, right? You could text like beam them out now,
She's not
Without
subtle
saying
about it.
right?
It would
Or-
be
or
difficult.
just-
It'd be a control engineering difficulty 5.
Or you could
There
are
just
4
shout
free.
out protocol, Charlie Zeta 3.
Yeah,
There-
I basically hit my comm badge. Hostiles near holodeck 1. Beam the 3 to the brig immediately.
I scream out, "You don't anger the customer."
We're not
an
on
angry
Ferenginar,
customer is an enemy.
Selena. If you cannot
Captain, they've
control
got
yourself.
weapons. I'm backing away. They have weapons, and I'm beginning to quote their regulations now.
I'm not worried about the regulations.
To resolve stuff in order, because Jarl is the first mover, that action goes off first before they get to respond back at you.
Yep.
So, Jarl, you are ordering someone to do it. You can pull from one of the crew complements, because all of you are in this hallway, so you have to pull from someone else aboard the ship. That difficulty is much lower. Let's see.
I think I'm gonna do Matalos.
Yeah, you have all the beta crew on bridge right now, so you got plenty of people.
Unless we have one that has transporters as a focus.
Oop, I'm gonna get tea. I'll be right back.
We don't. That's fine.
Spending, I'm going to say 4 threat to make that complication 3.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You accidentally you might accidentally beam the doctor into space too.
Yeah, I'm aware. Control engineering?
Yeah, is this to the brig or to space?
To the brig.
Just so I clarify.
Yeah, that's an important clarity.
Can we please not beam our diplomatic attaché into space? I know they're rude, but they're not that rude.
Hostile. I'm not giving them the chance to hurt us.
Hostile, yes, but you know.
She did the same thing to a Klingon, so.
True.
If it meant protecting her crew, she'd do the same thing to a Klingon. No hesitation.
Back.
I'll give you enough threat for 4 dice, because why not?
How much is that?
3. And now we wait. But right now, nobody is there, except for Selena. And as far as Selena knows, all I've done was order them beamed to the bridge.
The doctor is there.
Yeah. Well, she probably felt the murderous intent, and then it subsided, and as I came up with a different plan. You may need to roll somebody else. And I gave him threat for 4 dice. Please. Sorry.
Oh, shit.
Oh, there it goes.
Oh, wait, there's a null attribute.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
This would be the time to use determination.
Yeah,
no, those 2 are 20s anyway, so.
But there's 3 successes because one of them is a 5.
And don't you have more security?
So I hit the thing. So can somebody else roll it for me then? Because it also rolled too many dice.
They did succeed. Oh, it did roll too many dice. You bought 4 dice, or did you said you spent 4 to determine threat? Because that's not an actual buy you can make.
Yeah, no. That wasn't what I was trying to do.
This is what we have a GM for.
Yeah. So can I have just somebody else re-roll that since my computer just glitched out?
Can we roll it, GM? Because that's 3 successes. Like, what are we gonna do?
That is 3 successes. And it was only supposed to roll the first 4 dice, so I was going to ignore that last one.
Oh, so that would only be 2 successes.
Yeah.
Oh, because that last one was a good one?
Well, yeah, the last one is a good one, but also because it gave a null attribute, but it's a 5, so it's guaranteed. There's no stat that could be low enough for that to not be a success.
Yeah.
But also, they gave you the wrong amount of threat for any number of dice, so it's not clear who was buying what dice for how much. Because she said 4, but you can only buy 1, 3, and 7. 1, 3, 7, and
yeah, basically I messed up, and now we can't remember how.
All right. Well, you have your 3, so you're okay.
Okay.
I'll just give myself an extra threat.
That's fine. That's fair.
Work. Yeah, a threat or a momentum spend is just as good. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know we had momentum.
As
Yeah.
the complication keeps coming.
You might actually want to try to spend those to buy one of those complicated.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Spend 2 to get rid of at least 1.
Actually, if the doctors counts as well, that would give you an extra success, which would generate a momentum. So you
Could
would
get
have
rid of
2
both of
momentum,
them. Yeah.
and you could get rid of both of them.
No,
Yes,
there's
please.
only 3 successes because of the ship. The
Oh, yeah.
last one does not
Anyway.
count.
Did he? Oh, I thought he said he
Yes,
was
he
going to count
confirmed that.
Okay, that's fair. All right, cool, awesome.
I think we bar the captain from rolling anything. It gets confusing.
Bridge to the captain. We're being shot at.
All right, and evasive maneuvers. Fire back.
And
So we're going to red alert.
Yes, red alert.
we are going to stop there.
Oh, damn. So did they dematerialize or something?
Yeah, you beamed them off to the brig. They vanished, and then the fighter ship just started shooting.
Right, because they're empathic. They can communicate to each other. That's where I'd look at the captain and go, "You motherfucking piece of shit! I tried to warn you."
And I punch
start
her.
running.
And I punch her.
start running.
Hold on. We don't worry about it. Everything's fine. Before you
No,
So
see,
is the away team on the shuttle on the way back yet, or?
also, quick question. Do we really need this Admiral asshole?
I'm working on that. You just gotta let me handle my stuff.
Right.
I'm following
at the same
protocol because
time-
I got harshly hit for not doing that before.
I don't know. I'm kind of at this point want to just follow protocol as far as we need to.
I have a plan, but
Yeah, I brought you
the
guys up
GM
to the
has
shuttle.
the GM has imposed a 1-week restriction on me doing
Yep.
what I want to do.
Because right as I go to hail the Victoria, the game says pause.
like the show as the show's flying up, you come out of the cloud cover, you see the Victoria, and then you see it's being shot at from a ship that's basically point blank.
Oh shit! Well, and that and then is the ambassador gonna start cussing us out for not bringing the other 4? We still got that to deal with.
I will tie that loose end up. The admiral, when he beams up, just kind of okay, carry on. Like he's not waiting for you to be more people. Like he assumed you were.
Okay, because I was gonna do something on the shuttle before we got to the Victoria.
Oh yeah, we definitely haven't got to the Victoria yet, so you still have plenty of time.
Wow.
Yeah,
Out of character
if it's
comments taken as okay.
I mean, there may be a lot in. It's not gonna be a simple one line. There's.
Oh, it isn't? Okay.
Yeah. It'll be like an intense thing between all of us.
So that'll be a next episode thing, I'm guessing, because he's ever ending, or
Yeah, this is a to be continued moment because